Just improvise. Uh-oh. Fuck. Somebody's here. Somebody's here.
I'll get it.
Can you get it? Dude, why does everyone do this?
Because I put a sign right above it that
You put a
says
sign that
ring
just
the
said
doorbell
ring
100 times.
over and over
Yeah.
100 times?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming. We're here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Come in. Come in.
They're coming in right now.
Come in.
Here, let me get it.
Who is it? It's Lolo.
Hello.
He's a local artist, Lolo. What's going on? Sit down there. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. How you doing, pal?
Nice and comfortable now.
Yes. This is your intro music that I found for you. Ready? Lolo's in the studio. Popacopolous. Yeah. Okay. Was that good?
All right, I said it. He's all
Yeah,
set
it's
up.
good.
now.
Yes.
Okay.
Polish and cop killer.
All right. Now, who are you? Who are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm the dude sitting on the comfortable couch in the studio.
And you are a visual artist,
Illustrator.
illustrator.
Mostly ink.
Would you put yourself in the graffiti comic book type of area, or more of, I don't know, you've got almost some kind of R. Crumb looking stuff.
Well, I brought in a few things for you guys to look at.
We've got all kinds of art that we've got in the studio from Lolo. We are going to put pictures up on the Facebook page. You guys can come by and check this shit out. So far, I am really digging what I see over here.
It looks fresh as hell.
Yeah.
Let
from
me
what-
know what you guys think. So before I explain anything whatsoever.
I mean, I'm seeing some very gritty, some very intricate kind of. I mean, it's black
It's
and
a
white.
strange
mostly.
style.
It's it's I'd put it in in the comic book sticker graphic art kind of section. Wouldn't you?
I wouldn't put it in anything.
No.
I think every artist says that about their work though, doesn't they?
They do. I say that.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it in any.
People come up and call me nerd rap or something. I'm like,
Gonzo rap.
I want to burn their nipple with a lit cigarette.
I think someone called my stuff
Yeah.
illustrative demons once, and I was like, all right, that's fine.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That makes sense. They are like demon-like creatures.
But,
Speaking of nipples, I got my nipple
You had
touched
to-
earlier.
You had to come from some. You had to come from
By a
somewhere.
clerk.
What kind of schools of art do you think you came out of? I'm seeing graffiti here. I am.
It does look
Well,
like graffiti.
I grew up in Andersonville in the 90s. So it was a lot of graffiti, a whole lot of graffiti, and that
Where
was
is
kind of
that?
like Andersonville.
Yeah.
It's like Boys Town now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, mostly Boys Town, but it used to be a big like ghetto area. So graffiti everywhere, and that's kind of how you were.
Well, Chicago is. I mean, for people who don't know, and most people probably do, Chicago is one of the big graffiti towns.
They don't know that. Why?
Well,
why wouldn't
we've got an
they know that?
international audience. We just had somebody like our page from India, motherfucker. All right.
And then he goes on there and calls them dot heads.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Point the he didn't. He wasn't one of them. Point. Do me a favor. Point the mic at your mouth.
Yeah, like
Out my face.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's like a big styrofoam dick
There you
Well-
go. It's a money shot, baby.
Yep.
Act accordingly.
the entire time.
So I'm seeing a lot of elements of street art and kind of like a lot. I mean, I'm seeing a mixture of a lot of different like subcultures and shit, And we had this conversation I think one time before about how street art is just the weird like dressed up name for graffiti. People trying to like legitimize it in a needless way because graffiti got a bad fucking connotation to it somehow.
Street art's what people call it when they don't start off in the street.
Right.
In all reality.
Oh yeah.
the big ones are the originals, right? And then you made the smaller prints, or the other way around.
No, I put the smaller ones like in front of the bigger ones. The bigger ones are prints. The ones that are framed in the wood.
Yeah.
I feel like a large van of white. Like I'm just standing next to all this.
No, yeah. So the small ones are the actual drawings.
Yeah, these are the prints. I
Yeah.
brought these for
Oh,
you
okay.
guys, by the way.
Oh, what?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you guys can.
Can you autograph mine?
I'll autograph it. You guys can
Dude, you got
divvy them up.
autograph both of them. Andrea, can you take some pictures of all this shit?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm getting them on the Facebook page now.
Or wait,
Also-
no, Michelle's got a camera.
Just
Okay, her.
just for Andrea, it's Lolo Popacopolous.
Can
The
you send-
Pocololo one's been
Oh, Lolo Popacopolous.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, post that for our listeners so they can check his shit out.
I've been posting the wrong
This shit's
one.
fucking crazy.
There's way
looking.
too many selfies on my old one. I can't believe how many people take photos of food before they eat it. It's ridiculous.
I know a lot of people who have a page supposedly about some entrepreneurial, thing that they're doing or some artistic thing they're doing, and their whole fucking page is selfies of themselves. Of course, of themselves.
No one wants
That
to
was
see
sort
your
of
ugly ass dog.
That was
Nobody
sort of
does.
redundant.
This picture's crazy here.
Yeah.
It's got this. What is that? A jelly dick or what is that? What is that right there?
Jelly dick's the best explanation I've heard for it
Look
yet.
at that. What is that? What would you say that is? Looks like a tentacle,
Oh,
like
yeah, that's a
dick or something.
no, that's definitely a jelly
Dick.
dick. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No, this is so what do you got going on in this stuff? There's some clear like gender defiance going on
Yeah,
here.
for sure.
What is your statement here, do you think?
The ones you guys are looking at are actually portraits of two exes of mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Your girlfriend had a big dick?
She was a huge dick. Huge.
She just was a huge dick.
Every time she opened her legs, there was a serpent. So
Wow,
I thought
that's
I'd draw it.
interesting.
There's nothing there's nothing better than calling a girl like a guy insult. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Call a girl a fucking asshole, cocksucker.
Prick.
Oh yeah, cocksucker's the best one.
A prick. Yeah.
Prick.
It's the
Yeah,
best.
I like prick.
Call your girlfriend an asshole. That'll throw her off. You fucking asshole.
Asshole.
This
Oh.
shit's crazy. She's got an eye in the middle of the head. She's cut. Did this broad cut herself? That this is about?
That one was a high school girlfriend of mine.
Oh, is that why there's cuts all over? Because she cut herself?
I don't know why. That
Oh.
just looked
Just
cool
did it.
to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
She had
does
a lot
look
of
cool.
dogs. She had a lot of dogs that would like claw at me. She had this huge ass like purebred poodle that was just black and fuzzy and huge.
Did you date cutters?
Of course, I was in high school.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. A lot of people find that shocking, and I'm like, yeah, every girlfriend I ever dated cut herself until I was like 25, and then that shit stopped. But like well, maybe even younger, but at least in high school, it was like every girl I knew was fucking, just slicing themselves up every time they didn't have their way.
If you went to
pretty
high
cool.
school, it just kind of came with the package,
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
it? Awkward hand jobs and cutting.
That was a turn of the century thing, That was like anywhere between like 2000 and 2008. I feel like there was a lot of cutting going on.
The age of cutting.
The age of cutting, yeah. And it was because of all the dramatic '90s movies. That's what I blame it on.
No, kids still cut
And
themselves.
Weezer.
They still cut themselves
Do
all
they?
the time. Yeah, for sure.
What is it? What do you think it is? What's the deal?
Why
with
do they
that?
do it?
Yeah, because I used to do it too, just because.
Why'd you do it?
Because other people were pretty much. I really didn't want to. I was just trying to fucking be dramatic. Honestly, I was just being a little fucking asshole pussy.
I never did it. I never, ever did it.
Never. Yeah. No, I would have I would have some girl like do something to me, and I would like cut my arms up and shit, and then like try to hide it kind of, but let it slip so people would see. I was a total cunt. I was
I didn't want to hurt other people.
I was.
I think was the main thing.
I used to like pinch my arm and fucking see how hard I can do it, but I didn't do it for like a weird sick reason. I did it just to see how much pain I could tolerate.
No, that's normal. Yeah.
And you learn how to shut pain off.
Is that
It's
like the
not a-
autoerotic asphyxiation type of shit?
Now I can like shut it off. Like you can deal with it. So I can take a very, very, very hard, lots of pain, and it does. I can like shut it off.
A
You know what I
good
mean?
pinch.
I'm trained to like disconnect my mind.
Would you say it seems like looking at your stuff, it seems like you've hit a pretty fucking consistent style, and you're in an artistic groove here. When would you say and like how did you develop this this style you've got going on? Because I will say it's a unique and it's what do I say? I guess like a definitive kind of style. It's definitely your own fucking thing, and it's not inaccessible. It's cool shit. It's not, a lot of people you'd say, oh, it's weird, it's out there, it's whatever. No, I mean, it's cool.
No, it's cool. I'd put that
yeah.
above my sink in my
I'd
kitchen.
hang it up any day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get a lot of the first thing you guys said is the first thing a lot of people
Like
say
graffiti?
was the dick thing.
Oh,
In that one picture.
Well, that's a really, really, really weird looking dick.
That's
you
usually
drew
the first one out of all my pieces.
So how did you hit your groove though?
Oh, this is all recent. This is all probably within the last year.
So you've really developed your style recently.
Well, I was going through some like medical problems for a while there, and I couldn't illustrate with my right hand completely.
Oh, really?
So this was all me just kind of trying to muscle through it. Most of it was done left-handed, and then later on when I got the ability back, I kind of just started tearing stickers up and drawing on those.
Is it? Can people buy your shit?
They can. They don't.
Like on your website, or you got a website? You want to plug your website or something? Or
Oh, website. I don't really try too hard to sell my work. The people that buy it are extremely amazing and loyal, customers.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to, Lolo Popacopolous, Popacopolous.
Word.
On what, Facebook?
Oh, that's
or-
Facebook, yeah, or Popacop Productions at Gmail.
So you can probably just Google either one of those things and come across
Oh,
it.
you will? No, don't Google my name. You'll get a bunch of no.
The rap sheet.
A bunch of fucking.
Just search me on
yeah.
Facebook.
Well, why do you think I don't fucking go by my real name? Holy shit!
Exactly. Do you guys
Yeah.
really? I'm not some Greek like cop killer.
Yeah. Yes, you are. You are. You are for the next 47 minutes.
Yeah.
But
This is all recent, man. I was in a big just slump when I was going through art school. I didn't appreciate it at all.
I can't imagine why like having some authoritative structure defining your fucking art would make you a little depressed, huh?
Well, then I was going to a private one that told you that you had to be
Sorry,
A
I've just been
billboard.
smoking this for a while. I'm an asshole. I'm sorry.
No, I got 4 rolled up. You're good.
Okay.
But they told you that you had to be a billboard pretty much. I came from the school that invented Santa Claus and a bunch of other weird shit.
What school that invented Santa Claus?
They invented the guy that invented the idea for Santa Claus, who was hired by Coca-Cola to make an image.
That what? I didn't know about this.
Yeah, he went to my school, the American Academy of Art.
And he actually invented like because
He invented the image. Santa Claus was already long.
Santa Claus goes back to like
Santa Claus.
Holland or some shit in the 1500s or something. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
it
but
is,
he used to beat people with a rod.
He was a creep back when. Yeah, he
Kidnap
was,
children,
Definitely. Well, all the fucking
goat legs.
a lot of the early fucking fairy tales and things of that nature were way creepier than they are now. Very, very fucking dark shit used to go on for some reason. That was the shit getting published back then for hundreds and hundreds of years. But Santa Claus, you're saying the image that we like familiarly associate with Santa Claus. It goes back to this one artist that went.
Yeah,
to your
this
school?
one I can't remember because I didn't pay enough attention when they were going through their bullshit sermon.
Attaboy. There you go.
But freshman orientation was pretty much these are the 4 artists that have come from our school in the entire time we've been established. Drool over them and try to be
Yeah.
like them.
Yes, worship
Yeah.
on your knees.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the idea of art school is a little strange.
Oh, it suffocated
don't you
me.
think? I mean, I don't have any problem with like I took some art classes and I've never been much of a visual artist, but I do it for pleasure here and there, and I took some art classes that gave me some basic techniques that are cool to know. So it's one thing to pass along knowledge of technique and stuff, but most art teachers, as most teachers of anything, are failed doers. You fail at something you want to do, you teach.
Teach it.
That's yeah. And most of them are going to try to enact their influence over their students in some kind of unfair way. That's just the harsh reality of the teacher-student relationship. And I think it's really dangerous to go to any, like people that go to some really intense music school and stuff, and you're just run the risk of being indoctrinated, if you take into somebody else's philosophy on art, which is a fucking scary thing to an artist, I think,
It's suffocating, man.
so what-
You can't create in that kind of environment at all.
And what happened? Did you finish your schooling or?
Well, I was pretty close to getting to my goal, but I got expelled from the school I had an English class.
Wait, you got expelled from college?
Yeah.
How you?
I'm no longer allowed. It was a private school. It's a private school, literally. 2 floors of this building off of Michigan Avenue in Chicago. Supposedly established forever, but we only have 2 floors of some crappy fucking business building.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous, man. $48,000 in the hole, and I made it out with barely nothing. And the teacher teaching the English class was a real estate agent, so I just kind of got pissed.
Look, I couldn't get it fast enough, but when you said the teacher teaching English class, I was gonna say, well, some kind of jerk. But I feel like that was necessary to fucking bring up now. I'm a failure.
Nice radio show.
I'm a failure.
But yeah, they expelled me for trying to get her fired.
English class sucked dick in college.
For trying to get
Oh, yeah.
for trying to get who
It
fired?
was the worst.
My English teacher, her name was something Azam.
Azam.
Yeah, Azzam.
Oh, that's one of those guys.
Let her come after me, man. She's a real estate agent. What's she gonna do?
Why'd you try to get her fired?
Because she was literally for 4 weeks. She was like, "Let's decipher Finding Nemo." Literally, let's decipher Finding Nemo. we're art college students, junior year. You know, the equivalent of junior year, and we're deciphering Finding Nemo for 3 weeks, only to be told that a term paper that we weren't told was due at the end of that 4 weeks.
Why did you?
Was it about Finding Nemo?
I don't get it.
No, it wasn't about Finding Nemo. That's why it was so confusing.
What, was she fucking nuts or what?
She was nuts, and I'm pretty sure she was like one of those teachers that wanted to bone somebody she was teaching, but nobody was
wanted
dumb
to
enough
fuck
to
her?
dive into that. No, she was hot as hell.
Oh yeah.
But we went to such a small school that I'm pretty sure that everybody knew that if they did that, it would be just blown up.
What was her name and how much did this class cost?
Something exam, and it was like $2,500 a class. It was ridiculous.
It's funny.
All right. So obviously the fucking art school thing didn't work out for you. Hey there.
No, man.
Oh.
No, the art school thing didn't work out for me. I ended up dropping out because I was taking care of somebody with some health issues.
Oh really?
And I ended up getting expelled at the same time that I was just like, fuck it, I'm not going to go back to any art school in Chicago.
And you started actually learning probably.
Well, I started doing this sticker art thing in Wicker Park.
What's in that big book you have there? What is that?
Oh, that's just... Over the last couple of months, I started this...
You guys talk. I'm gonna
Can I
get
see 'em?
I'm gonna get some of this on.
Or, no, what
my-
are they?
my
Yeah, you can take a look.
video.
I started this group with... Well, he would say that he started it more than I started it, but I started this group with this Chicago artist, Lucky Gnome. It's called Slap International.
Is he a liar?
He's not a liar. He's just... I think he wants everybody to think that he produced something a little better than he did. If it wasn't for me, we would have never had shows in Chicago. If it wasn't for me, we would have never had the exposure we
You
did.
know this is going on YouTube, right?
I don't give a shit.
All right.
He's got a large... he's a good graffiti artist as far as like...
Is that the Virgin Mary showing her ass off?
yeah, it is.
What are we looking at? What are we looking at right here?
Right now, you're looking at... I'm a part of another group called SSOSVA, which is the Secret Society of Supervillain Artists. Nice. It's an international group run mainly from like England. Just another group to be a part of.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was looking
No,
at
it's
these
okay.
pictures.
Get mesmerized.
No, I was mesmerized. This is mesmerizing. I just didn't even.
But
I forgot we
these
were
are
talking.
different stickers. There's a Il Scott Laurent.
These are all you. These aren't all you.
No, they're not all me.
Oh,
No. A few of the artists are Il Scott Laurent, Pro Alchemist, Gen MC, Psy Ghost. He's local actually. He's Downers Grove.
Cool. That's cool. Who started that group or whatever? You did?
It wasn't me
Here you go.
completely.
I don't know where to put this.
It was a brainchild of mine and this other urban street artist, Lucky Gnome.
Do you just draw people, or you got other stuff you like to do?
A lot of this is folklore, in all honesty. These started off as sketches of my ex-girlfriends, and they turned into like succubuses.
Yeah, like demons with fucking.
The other one is a shark god from Hawaii that I just decided to illustrate. It's also my interpretation of a mermaid.
Shark what?
Shark god.
Which one are you pointing at right now?
The one that has the shark head.
That's behind this guy. Yeah.
You can look at Vinny's big white ass too.
Yeah.
It's fun.
That's cool. We don't really like sharks around here.
Well, it's a
the
severed head of a
Evening
shark
Overdose?
shoved over the face of a woman, so I assumed you'd love it.
Well, I guess that's okay then.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Is that for us too?
No, you can't have. That's an
Well, why not?
original. Because that's $150.
We're gonna put it right here on the wall.
I'll buy it then.
Oh, it's $150.
Yeah.
She won $100. Maybe she's willing to buy it today.
From that completely legitimate contest.
That
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, I won the shit out of that.
That's the one. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Show us the $100. Show it.
Oh my God!
It's
Cha-ching!
right. It's right there. Did you see it?
Cha-ching!
Did you see it?
Yeah, man, it's stacks.
Cha-
You saw it, right?
We still didn't pick like the second place reef winner. Maybe you want to help us pick.
Yeah.
or
What was the best?
What the fuck? Did you drop your YouTube video. Phone?
Fuck! If you drop your phone and the battery
Oh,
flies out while you're taking a video, does
Oh,
the
my-
video get saved?
No,
No.
probably not,
You
dude.
don't
You
think
just
so?
probably wasted your time.
Fuck.
I got out of my car earlier before I got here, and my fucking phone flew off my wherever it was, hit the floor, broke into 3 pieces, and they all slid underneath my car. And so I'm just like, oh fuck. Well, I'd like get on my hands and knees and at the fucking liquor
Hang on
store.
a second. Okay, I got one. About 7 years ago, when a flip phone was really good, or whatever, 8 years ago, I had like a brand new flip phone that I was really happy about because you could like see your email on it, and I was taking a shit and I was reading my email and I was like really happy about this phone that you could do something with, and I was shitting what's called amongst my group of friends, it's known as a gold medaler, and that's when you actually break the plane of the water with your pile of feces,
Feces.
And-
Species.
yeah, that's how I say it. You got a problem?
So what is
Summit.
it? It's when your shit touches the water
when
and it's
you-
still in your ass,
No, when you
like a big long.
Why is that where your mind goes?
He's trying to describe a shitting thing. What are you saying it is?
How
Hey,
does
so where's that
how does
BZ?
make any sense at all?
I don't know.
Sorry, I haven't hit it yet.
Lying son of a bitch.
Talking to the microphone.
No, listen.
I'm listening.
So a gold medaler is when you shit like a pile of shit that piles up past the
Past above the water.
past the water line. Yeah.
Okay,
So
I don't think I've ever done that.
really?
You've done that?
Oh, like 150 times. Like,
God, that's
a lot of
insane.
times. Yeah. No,
I don't think I could do that if I tried.
I shit a lot.
Holy shit.
I eat a lot. I mean, I binge eat, and I'm like a horrible eater. I binge. I don't eat for like a day and a half, and then I eat like 60 pounds of fucking hamburgers and like a whole gallon of ice cream, and drink like a liter of soda, liter of cola, and
Did you just want to tell me your dietary habits, or do you have questions?
Here's the point. I was taking a gold medaler, okay, and so now you know what it is, okay, and I'm sitting there checking my fucking phone. And I drop it. It bounced between my legs at such a trajectory. Wait, listen. It bounced between my legs at such a trajectory that it landed perfectly like up and down in the top of my shit mountain.
Oh,
Okay, in the top of my shit mountain, standing straight up and down. And I looked at
like
it
a star atop a Christmas tree.
dude. Yeah, and I looked at it for like two whole seconds. Like it was like if you were standing in your front yard, like with your dog, and lightning struck your dog, you'd have to look at it for a couple seconds. Like what the?
That is
Yeah.
not a good comparison.
No, it is.
No, I get it.
It's not.
I got that. That
It
makes
is.
a lot of sense.
It's perfect. And so I just looked at it because I'm like, there's no fucking way I just did that. And then I just knew what I had to do, so I didn't even think about it. I just fucking grabbed it out of my shit. And the
Purell.
next,
It didn't get wet at all, right? It was
the-
on all the shit part.
it was just in shit. So
Yeah.
so I cleaned it. I cleaned it with rubbing alcohol, all over.
Purell, see.
Whatever, that was fine.
That's exactly what I would have done.
So
Good commercial.
there we go. We are in studio with Lolo Popacopolous. That's not your real name, right?
Yeah, it is.
How
On
do
my
you-
driver's license.
How do you pronounce it? Is he doing it right?
Yeah, Popacopolous.
Okay.
That's your real name?
No, what the fuck's wrong with you, robot hilarious?
You're half. Yeah. True.
God.
You
Fuck.
what is your real name?
Can you tell? Yeah, will you tell us?
Why would you? No.
Is your real name at least Lolo? Is
Theodore S. Thompson.
that your real name?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, man.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that's got an awesome name has some
What?
real name
Yeah.
that's like Cornelius Jenkins. Like, they always have some shit name. Is it really? That's your fucking
Yeah, of course.
you asshole. Shut
How
up.
the fuck are they going to check up on that?
Are you really? Get out of here. That's not your name.
No, it's not.
What did
Absolutely.
I say?
No, it's not. Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah. That's funny.
Thompson S. Theodore.
No, Theodore S.
But where-
Yeah,
Thompson.
no, I had it
That's
backwards.
Where'd you get a name like that? Where are you from, anyways?
Background wise or like raised? I told you I was raised in Andersonville.
But then didn't you? I thought you were from Hawaii or something.
My background is Hawaii. Like Guatemalan, Mexican, raised Japanese, Hawaiian. Complicated story.
I didn't know that was.
Did you not
the thing.
ever live in Hawaii?
I was there a lot.
But you never lived there.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I've told you this like numerous times, but you get really plastered on whiskey.
He probably
Well-
just. He just likes the idea of you living in.
No,
Hawaii.
I've looked him in the eyes while we were sitting in his house, and I was like, dude, I've never lived in Hawaii. And he was like, so you're from Hawaii?
That's never happened.
Yes, it
You've
has.
never told me that.
Yes,
and
I have.
if you did, it was at like 4 a.m.
Yes, no.
after we were drinking all
Indeed.
night after a show. I'm not
was.
gonna remember that.
That's the
shit.
only time it ever comes up. It's not like it's
Well.
a common topic.
This is very entertaining for
I
people
believe
at home,
him.
but that's fine. Who cares? So what? You could still.
I was in Hawaii a lot,
You
though.
could
Yeah.
still tell the story for the radio show. I might be just asking you for the benefit of the people listening. We aren't just sitting
You
here
didn't really
talking,
ask me a
talking
question.
to
What
each
was the
other.
question?
So you never lived in Hawaii?
No, I never lived in Hawaii. No,
Fuck you, then.
I was there a lot.
The fuck do you know?
For the people at home, the
You're-
record is
You just became 70% less interesting.
Theodore
to
S.
me.
Thompson never lived in Hawaii.
Yeah. So what?
Okay.
Where you grew up in Chicago,
Yeah, I grew up in Chicago.
and
I traveled a lot, mainly to Hawaii.
what was your family life like when you were growing up?
My mom was just a young meth head, crazy biker chick, Christian raised hell woman.
Was she a biker?
There's
gang,
not really no. She wasn't.
member?
She wasn't a biker gang member. She did date some interesting people who
Was
might
she
have been in biker gangs.
Was she a biker gang member's old lady?
She was like 19 when she had me.
But no, but that's still an old lady. That's a. It's not. Doesn't mean old. It
Did she
means-
sleep with bikers? Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
probably.
Whose mother didn't? Once in a while.
I was pretty much raised by my grandparents, for the most part.
Okay.
That's where most of this comes from. The
So-
artwork.
What do you mean? That's where most of the artwork comes from.
Well, most of them, what they taught me, like I said, I'm Mexican, Guatemalan, mostly raised Japanese, Hawaiian. I thought I was Hawaiian
I'm not
until about
understanding this.
14.
That's okay, I guess.
But
I thought I was
what-
Hawaiian until about
so-
14.
But see, here's my confusion. When you say Hawaiian, the reason I think you lived in Hawaii was because there's no such thing as Hawaiian. I mean, there's Polynesian people.
No, I
that,
know.
So
Well,
what?
that's what I'm saying. I'm not a blood anything to
Yeah.
the islands.
Well, that's why I fucking thought you lived
Hawaiian's
in fucking
my-
Hawaii. That's like saying, going around saying I'm fucking, I can't, I'm an Ohioan, and you're like, oh, you lived in Ohio? No, my fucking grandma was from there.
You gotta understand. You gotta understand. Until for like half my life, more than half my life, I thought that was my background. Like that was my identity.
You're like somebody that says their race is Mexican because
Yeah.
they just don't fucking know that they're actually
Irish.
Native American and Spanish.
I might be Native American.
You're probably a little Native
Yeah,
American.
for this, I have no clue. In all
Here's
honesty.
the thing.
My mom was a habitual
No,
liar.
you definitely
so
look Polynesian though.
I'm something.
Yeah, you definitely look Polynesian.
Yeah.
For sure. Pacific Island.
I think my dad might be listening into this right now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think he's listening all the
Tell
way
him
from
to call
Rockford.
in.
Tell him to
I
call
told
in.
Edgar M. Nava, get your ass on the phone.
630-599-7827. 630-599-7827.
Use the words.
Yeah. So it's 599 stash.
Oh, 599 stash or 599 star.
Stash.
Also,
Is that what it makes?
630-599 star also works.
Star works. so-
Just to be clear, stash as in like to stash something, not like short for mustache, because those are spelled differently.
Nobody thought mustache.
I thought that immediately.
You did?
Yeah.
So you were raised by what we're gonna try to
I was raised by my adoptive Hawaiian Japanese grandparents.
Then listen, do you know what we're gonna do for you tonight, Lolo Popacopolous?
You're gonna reunite.
We're
me
gonna
with them?
reunite you with your father. If you're out there, sir, please call into the show.
I was supposed to see
We'd
him tomorrow, but this would be nice.
Yeah, this would be great. How long has it been since you've seen him?
A couple weeks.
Oh man, this
That's
is gonna
estranged if I ever
this
heard
is gonna
it.
be a touching moment.
Well, I didn't
So-
see him at all until I was like 14.
Okay, let's get into that. So you grew up with your grandparents mostly. How long did you live with your mom for?
It wasn't really living. It was more like I'd stay there a couple of nights until she went ape shit, and then we'd go stay with my grandparents until she calmed down.
Here, somebody's calling in. I wonder if this is Pops.
Hello.
You're on the
Pops
Sunday
Popacopolous.
Evening Overdose.
Hello?
Hello, who's this?
This is the sperm donor.
Yeah, that's him.
Hooray!
Oh, shit.
What's up, Papa Cop?
It's Papa Popacopolous.
I didn't think
up?
he'd actually call in. Holy
Is
fuck.
this really your dad?
Yeah, this is him.
No shit.
Yeah.
The fuck out of here.
What's going on, man?
I mean, as far as I know, my mom was loose.
What? What'd you say?
sir,
bold.
sir,
You should hear the shit he says to me.
are we sure that you're the father here?
He said sperm donor. He's the father.
The sperm donor. Yeah. Welcome
Yes,
to
yes, I am.
welcome to the show. What's your name again?
Edgar.
Edgar. Thanks for calling in. What do you think?
Just-
Have you taken a look at your son's artwork? What do you think?
I think it's awesome.
It is awesome.
I call it grotesque art, but you know.
See, grotesque art.
grotesque. art?
grotesque.
I could see that.
I said gritty. I think that might be what I meant. Yeah, it's like it is. It's like it's confronting horror, in a vivid way. Definitely.
I think they're beautiful in my perspective. I think they're gorgeous.
I think they're beautiful
If
too.
all
Well,
women look
you're
like
crazy.
this, I'd be hitting the bars.
Get
Yeah,
out
he's
of here.
definitely taking it a
Yeah,
step
bro.
further. I'll give him that.
Anybody who draws this sort of shit's got to be fucked up, though. Look at it.
Now you're saying that you're actually attracted to these figures that you draw.
Yeah, no, these are gorgeous to me. This is beauty.
Oh, you're nuts.
This
Look
is
at you.
Not sexually, right?
No,
Okay.
Oh, that's what I thought. That's,
That's
what,
what.
I thought
Yeah.
you meant.
That's what I was like.
yeah.
What?
no, I'm thrown off by that question.
Because you're saying they're
See,
gorgeous.
yeah.
You're
I
like
thought you
into
meant.
them.
I thought you meant you were attracted to them.
We had a guy last week that fucked cars, dude. Okay, we
Yeah,
don't know.
We don't know.
And he really did,
We
so.
have no idea.
Good lord,
yeah.
Yeah.
At least you're not
gotta
fucking.
warm up the muffler a little bit.
I would imagine that's one of the first steps. Yes.
All right. So, what do you want to talk to your dad about? We've just reunited you with your father after
Estranged.
Two
after,
weeks.
after 2 weeks.
I'm in tears right now.
Yeah.
I have a problem with my tone.
What do you? So you guys didn't meet until you were 14?
No, it's not that we didn't meet. He just
We
wasn't in my
actually
life.
lived together when he was a kid, but I was known as Uncle Edgar.
Oh, really?
I don't remember when he lived with us. That was way too young.
Oh, really?
That's
young,
odd.
okay.
So you didn't know at that time.
At that time, I don't remember. I just can't remember that young.
Yeah,
How
he's
young are
probably
we
blocking
talking?
it out, man. But
So-
we lived together for about a year.
So Edgar, how come you were the uncle?
Well, because I was real young when she had him,
Yeah.
so somebody else adopted him pretty much right off the bat as soon as he was born. And like when I came back into his life, she didn't want to create waves, so I was Uncle Edgar.
How, were you like 19, 20?
The second time around when I came back into his life, I think I was about 20, 21.
Oh wow, man, that is so young. It is like I look back on myself at 19, 20. I'm like I'd hate to think of what I would have done with a child at that time.
Interesting little fact. He was an amazing graffiti artist way back when.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
In
Yeah.
Chicago?
So I don't know if that's like a blood thing handed down, but
It's-
Yeah, I
Might
have
as well be,
I have
yeah.
2 children that are artists.
Would you tell us what name you wrote?
The one I ended with was Mars.
Okay. Is any of your shit still out there?
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Chicago
The last
buffs
time I
a
tagged
lot.
did any kind of tagging, it was probably like 91.
Oh no. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
There might be a fucking freight car out there somewhere. Who knows?
there may be. You never know. I doubt it, but
I
it's
see
possible.
I see some old shit roll by once in a while. I really do. Once in a while, you will see those like 90s tags roll by, which you can spot.
Well,
It's because the lead in the
I
paint
don't-
preserves it for many years.
Yeah.
They don't do that no more.
The last piece that I remember that was up got painted over probably like in 97. That was over by, I think it was by the Diversity Mall. There was this one alley that had a big piece we threw up that got painted over back in 97. So I'm pretty sure that was the last one.
And so were you were doing it since the 80s, obviously?
I'm sorry?
You were doing it since the 80s, like kind of in the
Yeah,
in
I
the
started
early
about
days?
85.
That's right. That's so you were part of the development of the whole thing, pretty much, huh?
Yeah, the granddaddies.
Man, that's cool.
Old school.
He's been
Yeah.
getting back into the slap game lately.
Oh yeah, you're doing some pieces now or what?
Yeah, I did one. He inspired me to go back and do one, so I did.
It's not bad after 20-something years,
That's cool. I could never fucking get a hold of like the control of the spray can. Like I just tried so hard for a long time, and
It's all in the wrist, man.
no, some people can do it, and some people like honestly, I can play fucking guitar. I can do some things that are technical. I just cannot. I could not fucking handle a spray can. It's an extremely awesome fucking skill. It really is. From someone who's tried to do it and had to admit that they weren't willing. I wasn't willing to put in the time to get good at it. You know what I mean? So I kind of stopped. But like it isn't a fucking. It's a fucking amazing skill, man. If anybody's out there that tries to do it, the control involved in that stuff and the precise fucking accuracy, plus combined with the fact that you don't have 2 tries. You've got to make it happen. precisely all the time.
And
yeah.
it's illegal. You got to remember that.
And you got to be fast, and most of the time you're doing it in the dark. You know what I mean? And it's fucking it's very difficult, extremely difficult art to do.
First time around, I was in probably freshman in college, and I got a sponsorship from this like small time spray can company, and I couldn't do it because at the time I was living with my grandparents, so I had to drop it. They didn't want me. I went to them. I said, look, honestly, they're offering me some kind of sponsorship. I really don't want to be in school. And they're like, we don't want you doing anything that's even remotely connected to something illegal. Yeah. So to appease them, I just kind of dropped it.
You're like somebody from the 30s whose parents didn't approve of them like going into baseball, and they could have been on the Yankees, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, I would have never created the stuff I'm creating now. If
Baseball on a Sunday? I think not.
How dare you?
That's
But yeah, so you're from this culture. It's very evident in
my background's colorful, to say the least.
In your art. Yeah. So you, I guess we'll just leave your dad on the line. Why not? Let's talk about.
I don't mind.
So you guys lived together, and then what? And then what happened?
Yeah, let him tell the story. He probably remembers the younger years better than I do.
What happened? Edgar?
Well, we went our separate ways, and whenever I tried to, it was just difficult. Trust me, he knows what I'm talking about when I say it's difficult dealing with his mother. So we basically went our separate ways, and every once in a while, he used to give me a call. Maybe once every couple of years, I'd come by, I'd see him, and the same spiel. Uncle Edgar this, Uncle Edgar that, and then finally, like you said, around 14 is when. I'm not even really sure how he found out, but I know he found out.
Yeah, I found out on the front steps of that shitty-ass house we had on Palatine on my birthday. Mom told me, this is how you're going to find out because Daryl's threatening to tell you. So, here it goes. And that was about it.
Oh, yeah? Daryl was threatening to tell? Is that what it was?
Well, that was what Mom said. I don't think that was an actual fact.
Who's Daryl?
He's the adoptive father.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm just glad it finally came out, that way
how old were you
we can bypass her and just,
12.
have our relationship,
And so what were you kept from having a relationship with him pretty much by his mother up until then?
I wouldn't want to put it into those words, but...
He's got his own family. He's got a family.
Everybody has to blame to bear in this situation.
Yeah. So you had so you got did you get remarried and have a different family going on at the same time?
I did.
So that makes things pretty complicated too. Yeah.
Plus, I moved about 110 miles out of the city. So.
Boy, if I were Steve Wilkos, would I be really giving it to you right now?
Chairs would be flying.
You ever watch that show, that fucking asshole? I hate
that
Steve. I hate Steve Wilkos.
Get the fuck off my stage.
Yeah. So
wasn't he like a bouncer on the Jerry Springer show forever?
Yeah.
He was in an Austin Powers movie too.
He's just a buffoon. He just has no talent.
He seems like a mobster the way he talks and shit. Like
he's an old Chicago cop. I mean, and that's the same as being a mobster.
Sense. Yeah, that makes perfect
sense. Same shit.
Yeah.
So you're out of the picture. Then when you found out that Uncle Edgar was your dad,
I was already selling dime bags out of a coach house. I really didn't want anybody.
So you didn't give a shit.
It's not that I didn't give a shit. It's at that time I was in that teen angst stage where it was like, Mom fucked me over. Daryl's a child. Why should I trust adults?
Yeah.
I can make good money scamming high school kids.
Yeah. And so when did the relationship start up?
Probably after I established myself a little bit, just as a person.
And you lost a little bit of the want to kind of lash out at people and stuff, and
the fuck you mentality.
Boy, I kept that up until maybe a couple of years ago. I really kept that shit up for a long time. When did you lose it? How old were you?
I was probably just a couple of years back.
So you were about, how old are you now? 22?
I'm 23.
23.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's probably about the age that a decent person does that at. Yeah.
I let go of it. I like hid it for a while. Like I'd go visit my mom or I'd like visit Daryl, or I'd visit Edgar, and I just
So,
kind of like chill.
You talked so about 21. You started actually giving him the time of day and stuff like that.
Well, at that time, I kind of needed some guidance. At that time, I was like going through some
Yeah.
ridiculous shit.
A lot of people do. I didn't talk to my dad for a couple years, and I think the same thing. Like he just reached the point that it's like I got problems, I got things. I wish I had somebody to talk, and it's a natural place to go. You know,
And he's the only one that would give me a straight answer.
Yeah,
realistically.
totally. Earthling, you had a similar experience growing up, didn't you?
Yeah.
No papa,
No, none.
no papa.
No, there wasn't no uncles. There was none. That's
And,
fine though.
Didn't your dad try to come back into your life?
I don't think so.
No,
No.
I must be remembering that wrong.
Yeah.
I thought you met him once, didn't you?
Yeah, that was just happenstance.
Right. So what happened?
It was Father's Day.
Okay.
Really, it was
And what happened?
nothing. He was like,
Well, where'd he come from? How'd you meet him?
walking down the street.
And he saw.
Oh
you?
my God.
And he saw you. And how did he know
I
you
just
were?
I just so happened to be with my aunt. It was like, oh
Oh.
look, oh wow, you know.
And she told you that's your dad?
Mhm.
Really? Did he say anything to you?
Yeah, he was like, you want to give me a hug? And I said, no.
How old were
It
you?
was a weirdo. It was a weird thing. Young.
14, 13?
No, younger.
12?
10.
8, 10?
Yeah.
And he said, want to give me a hug? And you said, fuck no?
Yeah, I didn't say fuck no. Just like, oh, fuck this. Just kept walking.
I didn't say fuck no. I said, fuck this.
You know. Pretty much. That's how it went.
So,
Exact words.
back to Lolo.
It was silly, so keep going.
The Papa Cop family.
Yeah, the Popcop family. So you guys get to hang in a couple years ago, and now you guys are cool, or what?
He's become a pretty big supporter and just really an inspiration, in all honesty. If he was an amazing graffiti artist during the time he was, why can't I make a name for myself?
Have you told him that before?
No, that's the first time.
So what do you think of that? He says you're a big inspiration. That's got to feel good.
Yeah, it does. Because, I mean, like you said, back in the day, I was an artist, but my children have taken it a step further, and now I'm just living vicariously through them.
That's always fun.
And I think that's kind of what happens to everybody. Like, that's just the switch you make biologically in your mind. You're ready to support your child and see them grow through your, I guess, influence and vision and stuff. Man, this is actually a pretty feel good story. Now, let's talk about your mother. Okay.
This is a Halloween episode. We got to get into something.
Let's get into something fucked up. Now, do you mind if I kind of break it down for people? Like, we've had a couple conversations, me and you, before, and you told me your mom was kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Is
that the whole breakdown?
No, what I'm saying is, I didn't mean like break down a wall for people so they know that I've talked about it with you before, so I kind of know already. But she was into like kind of extreme punishments and shit like this,
Creative.
Like,
She called him creative.
she called it creative.
No,
Whoa,
she
that's
literally
creepy.
used those words, creative punishment.
That is creepy.
That's
What
really
what type
creepy.
of shit? What are you talking about?
I don't know if she thought she was being like new age or anything, but it was like a mixture of like BDSM and board games.
So what are we talking about?
What?
You gotta dive in, man. You gotta give us some dirt here.
One time I remember her, she was beating me in the living room.
With hands.
No, it was hands led into spoon.
How old were you?
I don't remember, man.
The wooden spoon.
Yeah, the wooden
She
spoon.
smacked
Do
you in
you
the head.
know
with it?
how many times I got threatened with the wooden
You know how many
spoon
times
and
she,
it
you know how
never
many,
came?
you know how many
It never
she broke on
One
my
time.
ass?
Yeah, those things break so easy. My grandma hit me with one you were there. That's right.
Yeah, and you were
Yeah.
just laughing too hard that it was actually happening. That
I
it
was
didn't
like,
work.
I can't believe this is really happening. The
No,
wooden
man,
spoon.
she had the good ones.
She had the good ones, and so she's. Yeah.
She had the big old like thick homemade wooden spoons. I don't
Yeah.
know where the fuck she kept getting them.
So what? So she's in the.
She just kept making them.
It's
Yeah,
like
right.
a cartoon. She just keeps pulling them out from behind her back.
No, she would take us
Rolling
shopping
pins.
for these at like World Market and shit.
Now you
And
take
like she would buy them with us there.
So anyway, so tell us this kind of shit that would happen. So she's hitting you with the wooden spoon.
Oh, my dad, my dad then I thought was my father, sitting on the couch and him just saying like that's not enough.
Oh, you actually thought the guy was your dad?
Yeah, no. Until I was about 14, I thought he was my legitimate
Oh,
dad. Like I thought he
wow.
was my daddy.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you know.
So he saved your life that one time.
No, he was sitting there. He was like,
was
"No, it's
encouraging
not."
her.
Yeah, he was like,
Oh,
"No,
he
was
it's
saying
not."
you
He was
need
like,
to do
"No, it's not
more?
hard enough. It's not hard enough."
Oh, I thought you were saying that's fucked
No,
up.
and I remember the spoon breaking and her going for the belt and me just like screaming and her stopping because I was making the neighbors worried.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Good technique.
Good victim instinct.
Well, that's a good
Yeah.
portrait of my mother. I think that was for.
What did you do?
At the time, I was on like some weird diet. I was on like a prune juice diet or something. It was a whole nother aspect of my mom getting me.
Okay, what's wrong with your mom?
I don't know. I
Wait,
have no clue.
She
You don't
forced you
know?
to drink prune juice as well, you're saying?
She didn't force me to drink prune juice. She convinced the doctors that I went to go see that I was like some kind of binge eating like hoarder who would like just mass stock candy and shit and just eat it all the time.
Did you
So
do that?
No, there was like a couple of instances where like there was a German chocolate cake and she had been not feeding us.
She went to the bathroom
Very well.
and I ate the whole thing.
Well, she wasn't feeding us for very well for a couple of days. We'd be eating like leftover spaghetti for like 3 days or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And there was a German chocolate cake that my mom's best friend was saving for her birthday. So I snuck into the kitchen and I ate most of it.
What else are you gonna do? Of course you
Yeah,
did.
what else am I gonna do?
Well, that must have been just one of those fuck it moments of like, I know what's gonna happen.
No,
and
but
I,
it's
and
so
I don't,
good.
and I don't care. It's so good.
I've had nothing but shitty marinara and
Yeah.
cold spaghetti. I want some German
Probably
chocolate.
some cheap fucking corner store marinara sauce.
Sauce from a
not
can.
Even, no, it was like it was like ketchup and like spices my mom would mix
Right.
up. It was like
No.
no, my mom You're giving my mom too much credit here.
No. She did ketchup, really?
No, yeah, it was ketchup.
No.
No. I like how that's what you all. I like how that's what you all get
that's
shocked
the most
at.
fucked up part of the story.
Oh God.
I was
Ketchup.
I was
We're-
playing with one of my sister's hair beads at like 3 a.m. one day. I couldn't go to sleep playing with my sister's hair beads. My mom busts down the door and she notices the hair beads missing when she's going to the bathroom or something because we have the hair stuff in the bathroom. She busts down the door and she beats me right there at 3 a.m. like screaming at my sister the whole time. You're doing this to your brother because she thought my sister was the one that had taken it.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Hey,
get
you
you
were
back
like-
on track.
So she was on drugs, yeah?
I very much assume so.
It
Yeah,
sounds cartoonish, man.
Well, I mean, obviously there was something wrong with her. What was her childhood like, do you know?
You'd have to ask.
You have no idea.
No.
Dude, what was
Oh,
her
we got dude on the line.
Oh yeah,
Edgar's on the line.
Do you
yeah.
Do you know anything about her childhood that may have made her completely abusive like that?
Well, she told me a few things here and there, but I don't think I would divulge them. She did tell me in
That's more than
confidentiality,
enough,
so.
sir.
You know what? You don't have to go in detail, but maybe just real generally, you know, that maybe she had some pretty bad trauma in childhood or something.
We all had rough times, some more than others. I mean, her dad he was kind of I don't know, how would you say, strict, really strict. I remember one time when he actually found out that I was the father. I remember one time he rushed me in the alley with a shotgun, stuck it in my chest, and threatened to kill me if I didn't leave his daughter alone. So he was a pretty violent guy.
In the middle of Chicago.
When did he find out that you were the father?
I mean, when she started showing, really, and then
So this is before.
at the time she was with Daryl, and I guess he was the one who ended up telling him, and then all hell broke loose.
Wow. So that obviously added to the situation with you not being around. That's and right in the middle of the city, just pulling shotguns. Well, it was what? It was the
different time.
late '80s, early '90s. Yeah, I mean,
That would have made me
Yeah, it was
so
about
mad.
it was about 90,
90.
90.
90, 91, something
Fuck,
like that.
it's weird, but that
Well,
was it was a different.
You were born in
time.
91, weren't you, Kyle?
Yeah, 91 September, right at the end.
Yeah. So it would be summer of 91, probably.
Weren't you?
Don't tell them my name.
What did you just
Don't call me Thompson.
Oh, my
Don't
fault.
do it.
I missed it.
I heard it.
Can you say
I
it?
caught it before they even noticed.
I heard
It like
it.
took a second to process
no.
what that was.
I heard it. I'm
Just
not
make
gonna,
up
yeah,
something.
I won't say it. I heard
I'll
it
go
too.
along with it.
I'm not gonna say it again, but it was quite
It was there.
surprising. It was quite
Rewind
surprising.
the recording, guys.
You know what's
Here's what I
funny?
will say about the name that your dad just called you by. I will say that if you gave me $40,000 1,000 guesses at what your name was, that would not be one of them.
No, not a chance.
I got fucked, man. I got fucked.
Who named you?
The chick we're talking about.
Yeah. So
Don't ask me. It wasn't my idea.
I got named by a butch biker babe and a pan Asian
weird.
wannabe.
It's weird that like it sounds like you're getting beat with wooden spoons all the time. You're getting forced to drink prune juice and shit. It sounds like
She wanted me to be smaller. She wanted me to be skinny.
yeah, I
was
get it,
getting a
but
little
that's
chunky.
weird. That's creepy. That's like James and the Giant Peach. Like you're just like fucking prisoner in your home.
I was literally a
Yeah.
prisoner in my home once for a while.
Okay.
I was,
Literally.
I was just gonna say, you told me this story before.
Yeah.
Your mom.
I don't think Edgar's heard this story either. So
Oh,
this will be
really?
interesting. No, I don't think he knew this was going on.
Edgar, check this out.
All right,
his,
so
his mom. You tell it.
no, man,
I'm an asshole. Sorry. Go ahead.
you're a good storyteller with
Oh,
your
thank-
stuttering. Go
No, I'm not a stutterer. What are you talking about?
the giggles, man.
Nah, dude.
All right,
I'm not a stutterer. My storytelling abilities are superior to anyone in
please
this room.
take it
I
from me.
guarantee you. No.
Take it from me.
I'll have storytelling contest any day of the week. Did you hear my ghost story?
I got a ghost story
It
too,
was
though.
fucking theatrical and
You should have won the $100.
I should have. I was the best one. Honestly, I really
Hard
was.
cold cash.
Too bad we voted
Tell
for
your
me.
tell your goddamn story of,
Okay, I
of
don't-
sadness and woe.
I don't remember what
asshole.
I don't remember what I did up until like a couple of years later when I was going through therapy. I really blocked this out, but it was not even violent. It was more psychological. I started showing like bruises and stuff at school, so she couldn't beat me.
Did people get involved?
No, DCFS never got called. It was more like I was that type of
school nurse or something.
I was the
or-
type of kid who had like a pad, and at the end of the day, the teacher had to sign it saying I was good. You know what I mean? So she wrote at the end of the day like, he has some weird bruises, and he won't say where they fucking came from. So he
Yeah.
might have gotten into a fight in the pub, whatever. So I don't remember what I did. It was summer vacation, and she had taken all the furniture out of what was my sister's room, and put a mattress and a cupboard and a desk. And it was right across the hallway from the bathroom. She took some tape from the door of the room to the bathroom and said, if you leave this perimeter, I'm just going to beat the shit out of you. I remember the exact words.
So
How long were you in there?
That was 2 weeks.
Fuck.
She didn't. She made some kind of like weird fairy tale out of this because she would come in there and she'd be like, she'd put her hand on my shoulder. The one thing I'm not going to take away from you is drawing. And the only thing I have, yeah,
Have a spooky ghost telling music for this guy's
Yeah.
story.
all right.
the only thing I had in there was like lined paper.
Don't give away the kid. All right.
Go ahead.
All
Yeah,
I
go
had
ahead.
was lined paper, computer paper, a box full of like pencils, colored pencils. And then there was like, what was really twisted is that there was a cupboard in there with like a bunch of board games and toys that she had like taped off so she could tell if I like removed the tape. So it was there. I could see it. It was in the same room as me. Wouldn't dare touch him. Wouldn't even think about it. Wouldn't even open the cupboard.
Did she like let you go to school and stuff?
It was, as far as I remember, it was summer vacation.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember ever leaving the bathroom or my room.
Did you know about this, Edgar?
No, not really. I mean, I kind of understand how he doesn't really remember me because one of the problems we had was that, you know, I worked a lot during the week, and on the weekends I would want to spend time with the kids, but she was forever sending them off to the grandparents because all she ever wanted to do was party, you know?
Yeah.
So I remember that was kind of like a sticking point with us because towards the end I was like, well, you know, let's do something. Let's go, you know, take him somewhere. And, you know, she never wanted anything to do with that. So it's kind of like, you know, but she must have really gone off the deep end after I left because
So you
she
were
was strict at the time, but I never, you know, saw any like physical abuse or anything like that. I mean, every once in a while she might crack him on the ass, but I mean, like I said, after I left, she must have gone off the deep end or something.
I gotta clear something up now for just the whole story that we're telling here. So Daryl's the new guy. You guys broke, right? Is that right? Or
No, actually, she was married to Daryl once before I met her.
Oh.
And then
Yeah, yeah.
she married him like 2 more times, didn't she?
Yeah, and then she was divorced and dating like a bunch of random dudes that she would
So
bring to the house.
let's get this straight. So she had a fling with you while she was married to Daryl, and then she was back with Daryl, and he found out that she was pregnant with Edgar, your child. So then you became Uncle Edgar. Did you and Daryl kind of have an agreement, and then you guys got along?
Well, they hated each other, man.
Well, but so how did you live together, and when was that? You're saying like you would have arguments about taking the kids places and stuff. When was that? Were you actually around for a few years there, or what happened there?
Well, it was kind of messed up how she did, because I actually felt bad for the guy too, because I remember when she first called me out of the blue, a few years after he was born, and she's like, "Well, I miss you, this and that, da da da. Come back, I want to see you." So I went back, and I'm on the front steps, and she's like, "Well, I want you back. I want you to move in, this and this and that." And I'm like, "All right, well, cool, that's cool. We'll do that." But I didn't realize he was still upstairs in the apartment. And she basically went upstairs, told him to get out, and that was basically it. But while I was sitting on the front stairs, I didn't even know what was going on.
So she kicks
I
Daryl
just
out.
see this guy walking by me with a bag full of clothes, and I'm like, really?
My mom had some balls.
That was kind of shady how she did that.
So
but
she kicked Daryl out. Now Edgar's back, and Lolo's how old?
I think he was about 4 or 5 at the time.
So now you're back, and that lasted for how long?
About a year.
Okay, and Lolo, you don't remember this.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So
I remember a lot of different people being at the apartment, in all honesty.
really,
Yeah.
is that fucked up for a kid?
Yeah.
This turned into Dr. Phil
Hang on,
very
hang on.
fucking fast.
It's not. How is it turning into Dr.
I don't know. You
Phil?
go into his whole gritty background.
I was working
really?
a lot
No,
too.
this is-
I worked.
I'm sure that-
back then I was working.
Are you have some objection
close
like
to
this
like
is not
14 hours a
interesting?
day
Or?
back
No,
then.
it's
So really,
just a
I
joke.
would come home, and if they were up, they were already in the bath and just heading right to bed. So
So,
I kind of understand how he doesn't remember me, because I was hardly ever there.
but I've in a serious. I asked that question like a moron, but like, I've seen this situation a lot. Do you have any awareness that that's weird when you're a child in that situation?
No, I thought everybody's lifestyle was like that.
Right. Okay.
I thought everybody went through the same shit I did.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Up until I could go over to people's houses, and I was like, oh.
That's what I was getting at. You know what I mean? But even though, see, like I had stuff at my household that was the same, that I would like go to other, not the same as that, but I would have fucked up shit that you would go. I know the feeling of like that realization of like, wait a second, you guys haven't seen your dad go to jail 4 times.
Yeah, right. There's no isolation room at your house.
Your guy's dad doesn't go to West Virginia and not come home for 3 months. Like,
Your mom didn't burn down the
weird.
top floor of your 2 flat.
Yeah. Just whatever kind of shit that happens at your house if you're below average fucking fucking shitty home. But so you're where were we at here? I'm sorry. What was the next step in this?
Aren't you the ringleader in all this, cuz?
I am. I was fucking throwing a Hail Mary for somebody.
Oh, I didn't. You were talking. I could tell you. I thought you were looking for.
I'm throwing a Hail Mary for somebody to grab it.
Oh, not me. I was listening.
So
Go ahead.
your mom and Edgar were together for that year, and obviously you're still together. And then you said you ended up with your grandparents. So Edgar takes off. You don't remember it. For you, Edgar, what you said that like you guys had a lot of arguments and you ended. Where did you go when you took off after that year that you were all together?
I just moved on. I just went on with my life. I had a daughter a few years after him, and I had another son. I got married, and now I'm living out here in Bufu, Egypt.
And doing the you guys out in some far suburb or some shit or what?
Generally what Bufu means.
Yeah. I mean, well, or dude,
Oh, what state? This state,
not
right?
really. I mean, you could live out in the middle of fucking nowhere. I don't know.
People say boondocks sometimes. He's out in the boondocks.
That's pretty close. I'm about a mile away from there.
Okay. So
That's funny.
so that happened, and then you, Lolo, are with your mom for how much longer?
Till I was about 13.
And what was the final straw in that situation?
A huge, just like fist fight between me and her.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
was she tough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did she whoop your
No,
ass?
dude, she's built like me, but like with blonde hair and triple D's. It's ridiculous.
So, and when you're 13, you don't have muscles yet. You know, you're like
No,
you're-
at that no, you think you do. You do
Nah.
that flexing in the mirror type shit, but
Nah,
not when
yeah.
your mom like body slams you into a door and breaks a
30
window with your face. No, you don't have
30
muscles.
30 yeah.
It's like a biker
Yeah.
fight in a fucking bar.
No, legitimately, like I was running
Smashing your head
I was
through the
running
window.
for both doors, and she was like ramming me into walls. Like,
Dude, 30-year-old woman versus 13-year-old boy.
Oh, no chance.
oh, lost,
no doubt,
lost.
yeah.
She threw a phone at my head when I was leaving. Like, lost. Dropped the mic.
So what happened? So you get in the fight, and then what?
I disappeared for a while and got picked up by my dad.
No. Don't glaze over that. Where'd you go?
Just off.
Come on. Where'd you go?
I walked
To where?
nowhere. I just walked. I
Tell us-
didn't want to be around anybody. I thought my grandparents were lying to me. I thought my dad had lied to me. My mom had just beat the shit out of me, like legitimately,
you're
like
13
fist
years
fought.
old, and you decided to
I don't
leave
know where
home?
I don't know where the fuck Edgar was at this time.
Yeah, did you?
had no idea.
So you left home.
Yeah, I didn't have a cell phone.
Where'd you go though? Really?
I walked. I ended up in Wisconsin.
Where's nah? Come on. Where's the first place you went?
A church.
A church
Yeah, a church is the first place that I ended up like stopping at.
in Andersonville?
No, this was when we were living. My mom had sculpted this real nice like suburban life for us, where she was married to a detective and had his baby. So we were living in Niles at the time.
Is that north suburbs?
Yeah, it's like by Skokie. I want to say a little further than Skokie.
Up north of Chicago. Okay.
Mm.
So you took off. So you're already like kind of out. Like that's not that up there. That's like old fucking like country kind of shit, right? So you're like walking down long country roads and stuff.
Just dirt, a lot of dirt.
So you're not like it's not like leaving in the city where you can go somewhere.
No,
You're
it was
like,
city for a while. It didn't become dirt until like the last couple of days.
So you went to a church, and how long did you stay there?
No, I just stayed long enough to like rest, man.
What
I was
happens
tired.
when-
It was
dude,
raining. It was raining. I left without shoes like a fucking idiot.
How
Every
far
time
did
I
you
leave,
walk?
I don't even remember. I ended up in Wisconsin.
For how long did that take?
That's insane. That doesn't.
How long before you got to Wisconsin?
This was a couple months, maybe 6 or 7 months.
Okay, so tell us how you got by over that. Come on, dude, stop glazing over the whole story.
Why do you need to know that part though?
That's
that's the good
that's
part.
the best part.
That's
That's,
the
the
good
most
part.
interesting part.
It was honestly mostly dumpster diving, man, and the kindness of churches
So
and parks. Parks are comfortable. Utilize slides.
that's it. Nothing interesting. You didn't meet any fucking.
No, of course. That's how I started painting. When I got back from all of that, after my dad had picked me up, I hadn't done anything artistic up until then. Once he picked me up and brought me back, like the first year of high school, I just...
So you walked all the way to Wisconsin, got your dad to pick you up, and that's what started that. But what I want to know, and I'm not letting you off the hook, so you're talking 6 to 7 months of walking church to church, and
No, it was
and
church.
dumpster
It was
diving?
church to nice people's homes, and
Anywhere you could
when
find.
you're 13, you gotta look really nice and crispy clean to be like walking around like that.
That's
Because
what I'm asking. Tell us about some
you
of these
find
people.
out real quick that
Tell us
people
about some
do
of these
not.
people that helped you out.
People do not respond well to a raggedy-looking 13-year-old without shoes.
No, I know that, and also I'm not asking you to tell any horror stories. I'm asking you how you got by. Like who's the people that helped you out? How did you really make it through that?
Honestly, man, people selling art on the sides of the streets. I ran into a lot of that, like going up to Wisconsin. Like people just sitting in front of these really run-down old homes.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't stay there for long. I'd stay there like to crash, rest up, get some shoes, and move on.
And none of these people ever tried to call authorities or some shit.
No, that's why you had to, like a bunch of them did. Are you kidding me?
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, they always tried to get me back, but at the time I was in that like horrible teen angsty stage where you're just like, why in the fuck would I want to go back to that place?
Yeah.
Like at the time, I just found out that Edgar was my dad. I had gotten expelled from a school for just ridiculous circumstances. Like I had nobody. Everyone hated me in the place I was at. There was no reason for me to be there. Like everything I had thought was like my groundwork was gone.
So now I'm getting the picture. So not long before you found out who your dad was, this shit goes down. You take off on this wild fucking adventure of like the kindness of strangers kind of shit.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Let me ask you
White
this.
Hen.
I honestly have encountered in my life that like when you're in situations like that, 99.99% of people are fucking nice. They're really
No,
nice.
they are.
And did you have anybody really fuck you over during that period?
No, there were people that would pretend to be like, yeah, no, we totally get it. Like, just here's some food, come in and rest. And then they would literally like try to subdue me and like, no, we're fucking calling like that type of shit happened a lot.
And you got away?
No, of course. Like after a 13-year-old screaming, you let go of it pretty quickly.
And flailing around
And
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
And you're not a small guy, so at 13.
No, at 13 I
you
was a
know.
bigger dude.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm this 13-year-old. I'm screaming my head off. You let go of me, and
Yeah.
I just bolted. I would grab what I could before I left the house,
Is
and I
this
would bolt.
Why would they try to trick you
This
like
is
that?
100%, man. This is the first time
fuck
I've
outta
like,
here. You're like the
I've
boxcar
told
children.
Michelle this story too many times.
No, I mean this is great, dude. This is interesting to people. Trust me. Tell.
The last time I told this story was probably like, high school psychologist type shit,
Yeah.
and then them referring me to somebody better, and me not going.
Yeah. That's the way that goes.
Yeah.
All right. So you found out about this. You had this crazy time. At what point did you realize like this wasn't gonna work? Were you just kind of wandering?
I didn't eat for like 3 days, man. I was legitimately starving, and I didn't think that was possible. I was a big dude, like, but I couldn't walk anymore, and I was like, I need to find a phone. That was the only thing I could remember is I need to find a phone.
And you got who'd you call? Your dad?
Yeah, I called Daryl.
You called Daryl.
Yeah, no, I didn't
Okay.
call Edgar. I didn't know where he was. I didn't know his phone number. I just found out all this ridiculous stuff right before I left.
So what happened? He picked you up.
Yeah, he came and got. I just stayed where I was at. He came and got me.
So you walked until you almost died from hunger.
I was stubborn, man. I
That's
was
pretty
I
cool.
was a very stubborn. That was a bad time.
You know what? On that, let's take a. You guys want to take a quick break? And do you want to hang out for a little while?
Of course.
Let's take a quick break. Edgar, will you stay on the line?
Sure.
Thank you very much for hanging out too, man. This is really good.
No problem, man.
I'm not sure if he's heard about this yet, so
No,
it might
this
be
is
interesting for him.
Extremely, extremely compelling and interesting shit, man. We will be back in like, let's do like 2 songs and we'll come right back.
Yeah, 7
So
minutes.
if you guys are still listening out there, please stick around. We will be right back on the Sunday Evening Overdose with Lolo and his dad, Edgar. Thank you very much for checking us out.
Damn, that shit makes your ears sweaty.
Way the hip hop is like the way it is. Cause y'all niggas watered it down, let it get commercial. You don't give a fuck about an album. There's no more classics, 1 or 2 hot joints, albums watered down. Niggas don't really care who's nice. Niggas scared to come to the club without their security. It ain't no real, it ain't that real era like that. Everyone it was like.
Certified conductors, instructors, luggage, clubbing and spawn. Upon delivery, storm drawn to the love of it. Analyze the villages, sworn to the gut of it. Sledgehammer canvas, supreme ambient archery. Tomorrow kings will in the place, so up your arteries. The motor barrier, pick your poison and bury it. Why? Wait for the chariot when it's apparently choreographed. Tickets to Lorians, giving ballers for audience crash. Stop feeding the audience trash. We need. Eyes glued to the screen. In love with popular songs, Kama Suit got a ring. Bloody by the stupidest things. Pissing pups, popping Patron, product proof you ashamed. We'll set the fire to clones, watch us do the machine. Team of the philosopher's stone, by the bone, by the bling. Turning these rocks into gold, gyro music pristine. Super cool full of kings, mix David with an alchemist. Trainers such as flame, rich breaking up your house's brick. Answer to what you make and say they don't like the sound of it. Do us a favor, quit mixtaping up your albums, kid. Face up and name me the hater, cause I ain't down with it. We raising towers and saving hours, no power outages. Started rapping yesterday. Saw me like, I understand you trying to find out you, figure out who you are. But you should really come into this original. Make your own idea of what you want to do and who you are. Do your homework. Do your own thing. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. If you take the time to break the lines, then homie, I support that. You selling lies to make a dime, then homie, you can torch that. You take the time to break the lines, then homie, I support that. You selling lies to make a dime, then homie, you can torch that. You take the time to break the lines, then homie, I support that. You selling lies to make a dime, then homie, you can torch that. You take the time to break the lines, then homie, I support that. You selling lies to make a dime, then homie, you can.
Hip-hop is trying to put on what I do. About the other people. It has existed itself. I'm pretty sure. How long? I don't know. What is it worth? I don't know either. Somewhat it seems empty. I do this 24/7. And it is fulfilling because I'm a part of a movement that has a higher cause and that has goals and objectives. Hip-hop does not really. Its goals are empty. You can sustain yourself doing some empty shit for a long time, you know what I'm saying? You end up being high for 20 years and wake up and
Spelling friends with quotation marks makes you look like an asshole. I'm half man, half rapper, half tadpole. It depresses me, I can use Google Maps to find your house. I swear to goodness, the internet takes all the adventure out. Hi, it's your favorite spoken word deacon. I very well could have been one of the last of the Mohicans. The dude you never invited to your parties on the weekends. Your favorite blogger nominated for loquacious public speaking. If a telephone is smart, then I no longer want to be. I'm struggling to find a way to hold on to what's right in front of me. Hanging dusty hammocks in the attic to escape the racket. Retreating into my mind to forget this straight jacket. I wonder if these other rappers spend too much time on ass hub. I wish I was a merman so I could fall asleep in the bathtub. And I would never drown. And I would never drown. I wonder if these other rappers spend too much time on ass hub. I wish I was a merman so I could fall asleep in the bathtub. And I would never drown. And I would never drown. I don't know anything about nothing, which is why I'm master of everything. This is what you fail to see, a filthy mirage, a simple. I'll sit under a fig tree while you worry about Nicki Minaj's nipples, basking in my irrelevance, simply for the hell of it. I've got these ugly hands, so it's impossible to give back rubs. Since Rob passed, it's hard not to be scared of flash floods. I wonder if these other rappers spend too much time on ass club. I wish I was a merman so I could fall asleep in the bathtub. And I would never drown. And I would never drown. I wonder if these other rappers spend too much time on ass club. I wish I was a merman so I could fall asleep in the bathtub. And I would never drown. And I would never drown. Far from the heroism of Christopher McCandless, merely a young man taking these visions for granted. A notebook operates as a line in every class. Take a swig and then you pass, writing rhymes during class. Maybe we should have given Milton his stapler back. These Wisconsin winters promulgate shivers to my pelvis at a drive-in diner. And I'm listening to Elvis, holding Palaver and Andy and wishing we were elvish. I'm sorry, I'm so selfish. I'm sorry, I'm so selfish. I wonder if these other rappers spend too much time on ass.
we're back.
Back. What the fuck?
What the hell was that?
What is that?
How did that
Oh,
even
the
happen?
headphones by the
head-
microphone.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think that
My
would
bad.
that could happen.
I didn't know we can do that.
All right, Edgar, you're back.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So where we left off, you called up your fake dad, Daryl. Your adopted dad. Sorry. Oh, they're very nice. Very slick there. Slam your head in the mic.
People do not need to know that.
Yeah. Yes, they do. So you called your adopted dad. You had him pick you up in Wisconsin, and then we're trying to get to the point that you ended up with your grandparents. So what happened?
And that's the point. I ended up with my grandparents. We were there.
That's it.
Yeah,
So
no, he drove me right to my grandparents.
Oh wow. Okay.
At that point he was living with his girlfriend.
Oh, Daryl wasn't with your mom anymore.
No, he hadn't been since my mom for a long
Fuck.
time.
That's right. You said she was with a detective.
No,
when you left.
he despises her like with a passion.
Are you still cool with him?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, we talk.
Is he a good dude or what?
Yeah, if not be a little childish, he's great.
Now you said earlier that he was egging on some of the abuse that went on.
Yeah, he was going through some shit too at the time, so I can't hold anything against him. I really don't hold anything against anybody other than my mother.
Now you don't have to hold things against somebody to be honest about it, though. What do you think excuses that kind of thing?
Failure.
Just he was extremely angry with himself.
Oh, extremely. At that point, he was living at my grandparents' basement. I'm pretty sure, just like going from trailer trash girlfriend to trailer trash girlfriend, trying to get his life straight.
That's not how you do it.
No, I know. He learned that. No, he learned it. He's not. He learned. He was just ignorant. He learned.
All right.
So you get to your grandparents' house. Now at this point, you must be completely freaked out.
I'm totally just. I've been isolated for too long to even.
And you grew up in an urban environment with a whole different culture, and then you move out to Niles where it's nothing you're familiar with, and
now I'm in Evanston where my grandparents have lived forever.
You're in Jewville, and things are right, isn't it?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Evanston, right north. Yeah, that's Jewville.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You can't get through the show without saying Jew.
well, a Jew.
We should have a Jewel meter for
when
you.
you say Jewville, that's pretty funny. That's kind of
Like Whoville?
exactly.
Exactly like
There's a Hitler Grinch
Wonder who the
somewhere.
mayor of Jewville
We
is.
run the media. We run the media. So you're up in Jewville, and you're living with your grandparents. You're what? So where does this happen? What happens now? You go to high school
Yeah, I go to high school.
in fucking Evanston.
My dad almost forgot to register me.
So now, you with your street savvy and your dicey background, you're fucking.
I don't really have a dicey background at this point, though.
I beg to differ, sir. You definitely did. The stories you've told about your mom on and off air. There's other ones, and you're fucked up. I mean, you had a dicey background. That's not debatable. So you're.
Is that funny? Okay.
With your background, you've got to be like just completely having your way with all the rich kids up in Evanston, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, how
You
old
pay
were you?
$25 for an ounce of that swag.
Yeah.
You've like almost starved to death and trekked across the country. Like normal
Man.
kids can't even fade you at that point.
I survived on a lot of Dunkin' Donuts.
You must have been a good drug dealer in high school.
I was the best.
Oh hell yeah!
I was the only one. How can you not be good when you're the only
You were
one?
the only one, dude.
I was a freshman. Nobody
Dude,
in my friend. They were like, "What the fuck are drugs?"
At my school,
I'll show you.
at my school, it was like, "Yo, you want to buy some weed?" Like, "No." "Do you want to buy some weed?" "No." "Do you know anybody that wants coke?" Like, "Fucking, I got coke." Like, there was just too much drugs everywhere, and nobody could sell any because everybody was a drug dealer.
My school was like a scavenger hunt. Everybody was looking under every rock, moving every book. They were like, "Where's the drugs?"
Man, I wish I would have gone there. Holy shit,
Really corner the market.
dude! I could barely make money in high school.
There's this Assyrian
no.
dude who sold swag for really cheap, and that just
I used
people
to
ate it up. They were like, "Oh my god, it's so good."
I used to
So-
panhandle $40 every day in high school, then leave. I'm not kidding you. No, it was really easy. 2 hours.
We all had our strong points.
Economics.
No, it was really easy. Mostly girls would give me dollars because I'd ask them, I'd get like $30 in like 2 hours, and I'd leave and go buy drugs. Go huff air. We go to the office max right next to the high school.
Fucking
Buy
make your,
cans.
make
of
your
air.
voice all low.
Yeah, we used to fucking yell at children and stuff like.
Hey.
We're high as fuck. Pretty much.
Walking with that fucking TV fuzz vision in your eyes.
Pretty much what.
Huffing, dude, huffing was great. Yeah. The thing that sucks about huffing is you stop when you're like 14 because you realize how shitty it is. But it was so fun. It was so fucking funny to see 6 of your friends huff shit and run around behind some building and like fall over and stuff.
That's
it's
funny.
fucking good, dude. It's so good.
I think the reason that I don't huff anymore is because after you huff a bit, later that day you feel stupider.
You stop
instantly.
Dude,
you
gotta
know
stop,
you're stupider.
You stop when you're young. You realize that shit young.
Yeah.
We probably last time I did nitrous, I was probably 16 or some shit. You
Well-
know? Nitrous is different, but like
Oh, well, that's true.
we used to huff fucking chemicals and glue out of bags and shit once in a while. It was
Last time I
hilarious,
did
like,
nitrous was the 16th. It was nice.
of this month,
Probably last month.
of last month. You still do that shit, dude?
Once in a
Yuck.
while, it's a
You
nice.
could- dude.
It's like whiskey.
I have like a Terminator screen of my vision that like when I do drugs, I have a count of brain cells that goes across. I'm so experienced with drugs that like I can just calculate the damage like in real time. When I do nitrous, I just have this rapid thing that goes down from like 7 million to like 3.5 million of like brain cells. I just feel them like like dying, just receptors fucking struggling. Yeah, nitrous is no good. I can't do that shit. We used to have a nitrous challenge in in high school. There was this fucking bowling alley that had a really steep stairwell to get down to the bowling alley, and the challenge was to huff a whole balloon of nitrous and not exhale till you got to the bottom of the stairs.
That's the worst idea ever.
Everybody fell down the stairs. But that was that was the gag because you were 16 and you couldn't get hurt. You know what I mean? Nothing could hurt you. So you would huff it and run as fast as you could and pass out. that was
Before you hit the ground.
before you just fucking careen down the stairs with a
Face plant.
with and everybody else was waiting at the bottom. You know, it was good. It was hilarious.
That's
So let's get back to the story. You live with your grandparents, and then when did you move out on your own?
I didn't move out on my own until I was still the beginning of high school, man. Like my dad had gotten us a coach house, and this is where they really fucked up. Because at this point, my dad had gotten a coach house in Skokie, right in the middle of all these like rich kids who didn't know what was going on.
You're talking Edgar or Daryl?
No, Daryl. Edgar was still off.
So when
Edgar's married and he has a family and he's doing his
Let's
thing.
get to this though. When you say your dad, are you always talking about Daryl?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I mean for 15 years.
Remember, I'm the sperm donor.
No, I'm not trying to be like necessarily like
Edgar supports everything I do now.
no, totally, and I'm not trying to be like overly provocative or something. I'm just kind of wondering if that's the vibe. Like it's Daryl.
Well, you got
know.
to give him that credit. At least he was there, you know. I
Right?
mean,
No, yeah, totally.
for
Yeah.
you know.
All right, so we know that now. So okay, so Daryl comes in and he's got a coach house, and you go out there with him.
Yeah, we find a coach house and we end up moving. Oh, at first, we lived in this like really shitty apartment in Skokie for like 6 months above these Latin Kings,
Oh yeah.
and that's where I got my connections.
What were their names and what crimes did they commit?
Ezekiel.
No, stop.
What?
I was just kidding. Holy shit.
Did they have funny? Was there a Joker? Like, was it like typical
Legit, my first nickname was Big Buddha, man.
Big Buddha?
It's straight from a homie's doll.
Is it really?
Yeah, straight from a homie. I found that out 2 years later.
I got a lot of homies.
I had the whole set.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were like 50 cents. You get one every time you go to like,
Collectible.
the hot dog joint. Yeah.
So, all right, idiots, done with that.
Yeah.
So you live above the Latin Kings and with Daryl, and you're still a teenager.
Yeah, and he gets into a habit of disappearing for half of the week.
And you're left on your own.
Yeah, from Wednesday until like Saturday.
I'm sure you didn't do anything wild with like any of your friends at the house.
No, I studied the Bible.
Get the fuck out of here. What'd you do? What kind of shit was going on?
Honestly, at that point, it wasn't that crazy. At that point, I just wanted to be left alone, and anything crazy I did was outside of the house.
Oh, you were that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were the guy. See, when I was a kid, I always knew the guy whose like parents were gave them so much freedom that they had a healthy perspective, and that's frustrating when you're
No, I'm not gonna fuck up my own place.
Right, exactly. See, that's frustrating when you're a different kid who wants a place to go like do crazy shit, and they're like, no, we can't. And I'm like, your mom doesn't give a shit. And he's like, yeah, but come on, you'll break the couch, and you're like, yeah, so what?
You're
He's
14,
like, no,
man. Fuck off.
Right. And then I would have hated you for that, probably.
People loved me, man. They were great.
Nah, I would have hated you, and I never would have bought drugs from you.
Why would you say that? What's wrong with you?
I don't know. Oh, let's so
we go from the Latin King, above apartment to the coach house, which is like a mile away. And he got into this habit of disappearing for most of the week. Wednesday was his bowling night, and then he'd sleep at his girlfriend's house for most of the rest of the week.
By the way, I'd like to thank the 4 listeners who are still with us. So go ahead.
So yeah, that's where I was at. I had the connections. I had someone who wasn't home ever, and then he got into a habit after the first year of just not being there at all. He'd show up Mondays, and that was about it.
Dude, can we get Daryl on the phone?
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
That would not. No, we're not having a triangle of hate right now.
Edgar, are you cool with Daryl or what?
No.
Let him tell it.
I mean, I never had a problem with the guy. He was always mad at me, but, I remember one time at the funeral for the mom, the guy, just outright hugged me and all this stuff. And I was just kind of freaked out by it because...
For whose mom?
Jackie's mom.
Is that your mom, Lola?
Yeah.
Jackie.
Jackie.
Your mom? All right.
Oh, shit. I'm bad with that.
No, that's
Sorry.
fine, dude. We don't care.
No, they gave away like a...
it's just a first name.
Did you guys give away someone's phone number on the air once?
Yeah, that happened. It was an accident. Well, one of our guests called up, and that was back when we were just doing the show off my cell phone, and before this fucking luxurious setup we have here, which is actually, I said that sarcastically, but this is pretty much a professional fucking radio setup we have right now. But we were doing the show off my phone, and I tried to call one of our guests back, and it went straight to her voicemail and just said her number.
I remember that.
Like, well, that would matter if people listen to this show, I guess. So, do you think that Daryl was pretty much? I mean, it's pretty easy to figure out. I mean, you impregnated his wife, right? So that's pretty much the deal there.
Well, I think at the time that she had just gotten divorced. She was just freshly divorced from him when I met her.
He was the rebound.
It's got to be. It's a jealousy thing. That's probably just kind of.
He's got a Napoleon complex about it.
Yeah, but I mean, if that happened to you, you wouldn't like the guy either. I mean,
that's why I said I don't hold grudges.
Sure. So you guys never really became all right with each other or anything like that?
I mean, like I said, I never had a problem with the guy, but he was always, he was always hating on me. So
he doesn't really want me talking to Edgar.
Yeah.
Stood out of his way, I mean, he was real good friends with her parents, and they didn't like me either. So.
Well, why didn't they like you back at the time? Were you into some kind of debaucherous behavior?
I was a graffiti artist who hung around with a bunch of gangbangers.
Yeah,
that'll do it.
Simple.
Like the gangbanger stenographer.
The gangbanger stenographer.
Well, I wasn't one, but running in that kind of lifestyle, that's pretty much all I
that's funny.
hung out with was
gangbanger light.
So you were never in gangs yourself or anything like that?
No, never had the need.
Yeah, that's what it is too, man. It's like,
but that's where you get the good weed, man.
Yeah, well, there's two kinds of gangsters
I
out
second
there.
that.
There's like dudes that actually needed to, and like the 95% of fucking just asshole idiots.
They always threw good parties, so hey.
Yeah, no, I've hung out with gangbangers in the past. I just don't fucking dig the lifestyle. I really don't.
Yeah,
but
I understand.
But so you guys, you and Daryl kicked it. He was just leaving, coming back, whatever, for a few years, and then that was it. You became an adult, and now here you are.
Yeah. Skip the college life and all that.
Oh, you went to college.
I was engaged.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
You went to college. You were engaged?
Yeah, I was engaged to a porn star.
Which porn star?
I'm not going to say her name.
Say her name.
No, because then the 4 listeners are going to go look at her and jerk off.
So what?
There's so many people doing it.
That's how they sell fucking advertising,
That's the
asshole.
truth.
They're going to get hits on their site. Come on.
Well, go look up her real name. I'll give you a real name.
Okay.
You can burn her. Maggie Judge.
Maggie Judge?
Yeah, go look her up.
Can you get us a picture of Maggie Judge, please?
Oh, you really going to do that to me?
I want to see it.
She was my fiance a year ago.
Oh.
Well, can I look at a picture of her or no?
After I leave.
Come on.
After I leave.
I won't say anything. Just show me a picture. Why? What is wrong with her? What don't you want me to see?
Nothing's wrong with her. She was my fiance.
She had like a little arm.
I was with her for like 3-4 years.
A little arm. She's like, makes sense.
So what happened?
She had another head.
So what happened? What happened with your fiance?
Nothing. She was an apeshit crazy bitch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that didn't work out. Do you think,
No.
Do you think you were attracted to her because she was similar to your mother?
She was a lot like my mom.
Yeah, I bet.
Like a lot like my mom.
And what do you think? What do you think that's about? That's fucked up. See, sexuality is a weird thing. You're interested in sexuality, obviously, from your art. I've had this conversation a lot of times with people who say like sexuality is totally genetic and this and that. I disagree. I think oftentimes sexuality is like directly representative of your early childhood experiences, and you went to someone just like your mom who you hate. So,
Oh, yeah.
don't you think that's kind of fucking compelling right there? You know?
Yes.
What do you?
What do you want me to say to that?
Well, tell me about it.
We were engaged for a year. We were together for 4 years. I met her in college. We had a house together, or an apartment together on North Avenue. She had quote unquote fibromyalgia.
That's where it hurts to get hugged, right?
It's where it hurts to do anything where you have to do actual work.
Oh, in the
From my
commercial-
experience.
Okay. The commercial says
It's
that
called-
it hurts
it's-
to get hugged.
so
called-
tender to the touch.
It's called lazy cuntitis.
Yeah, no, that's what I've come to know it as.
Yeah, there's a few of those.
Yeah, I've dated a few of them. Yeah.
Yeah, so I took care of her financially for a while, and just like emotionally and all that jazz.
I've dated a few of them for like a week, but it never went anywhere. I never took it for 3 or 4 years. So
Where was the porn money? If you were so.
She was doing webcam stuff at that time.
Oh, cool.
And she was just getting into it. She was using the people that I knew to get further into it, which was fucked up.
which from girls I've talked to from doing that shit, it's like you'll get like a big like pop here and there, and then you'll make nothing for a couple weeks, and then like just completely inconsistent bullshit kind of money.
Yeah, no, that's how it goes. It's like never, and they're always like, oh no, this show's gonna be great. There's gonna be a bunch of people. I'm gonna get these things to make it better. It's just like,
And they work for 6 hours and make $28.
they work for 6 hours lying on the fucking bed and posing.
It's work. I mean, it's got to be uncomfortable, right?
It has to
Don't
be.
you think? Yeah. I mean, it's work.
Telling me to make you dinner,
Yeah,
having
it's-
me walk the dog.
Ah,
It's
it's
just
work, dude. It's work.
tiring.
Fuck, if what we're doing is work, it's work. I mean, and we're not getting paid right now for sure, but
We're
one
not
day
getting paid.
people.
Fuck no.
You know what? But you know what, dude? People
Pay us.
people who do talk radio 1,000 times worse than this are getting paid. That's the fucked up
Mm-hmm. That's
part.
fucked up.
We just put on a nice show here, and
This was nice. What was going on with your ghost story shit earlier? Why did no
We
one call
never
in?
even picked the
Dude.
second place winner of the wreath.
I want that wreath.
do you want,
You
to
want
say
it?
saying
Do
I
you have
want
a
it.
Do you want
story?
a chance?
I have a story. Yeah.
Hang on a second.
Okay.
You want to tell a ghost story?
No. Yeah.
Let me get this ready.
So let's get this
what-
out of the way first.
okay.
Though my mom's side of the family has just a history of mental disorder,
Okay.
and ever since we were young, we thought that I had just something going on.
Can I say something?
Yes.
No shit. Go ahead.
I wasn't diagnosed until later on after this story, so that might come into play. But it might not be. It might be more of a fucked up mind trip than a ghost story. But you guys can decide.
You ready?
Yeah. You playing music over me? Oh my god. I feel like I should have a flashlight. All right. My mom dated this coke dealer who sold coke out of pixie sticks out of a restaurant called Andy's in Andersonville. He had a dog named DOG, which was this brindled pit bull.
Stop. Andy's in Andersonville, and he had a dog named
no, literally.
DOG. Stop. Andy's in Andersonville, and he had a dog named
Andy's, yes. It's an Italian restaurant.
Listen to me. This is made up.
Don't you have a fact checker? Don't you have a fact checker? Hey, fact checker, look up Andy's in Andersonville.
Can I look up the dog named DOG?
Hey, it was a Persian man working at an Italian restaurant who was like 4'7". He had some complex issues. Okay.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if Edgar. Did you ever meet him? Are you still there?
No, I remember the OG though.
You remember Frankie? You don't remember
hooking up with
Frankie?
your mom one time after.
See, he remembers the
year or
OG
so.
though. He remembers.
I remember the dog. She had it in that side run.
See, there you
on
go.
that house on,
But you said it
Gregory.
like DOG.
It is DOG. That was his name.
Right,
DOG.
it's the spelling of the word dog.
But
DOG.
Okay, but then just
Wrap your mind around that.
a second ago, you guys were just saying DOG like it was Japanese or something.
No.
Well, that's what
Dumbass,
she made it.
DOG.
She was really into the Japanese
That's what I
stuff. I
thought
have
the
no
first
idea
time.
why.
Yeah. See. You guys both said it like DOG.
At first you called me a liar, and now you're scolding me about the pronunciation.
Do you want to fucking tell your story or not?
Then stop interrupting me.
You know I can end this show at any
I have
time.
a guy who will verify all of this right
I can
here.
end this fucking show at any
All right,
time.
well.
Ready? You better tell us right.
Once upon a time.
Start over. That was horrible. Start from the beginning. I won't interrupt. Here we go.
All right, so we got the coke dealer named Frankie, who's 4'7". The dog named DOG. Shut up. Who's this brindled pit bull? Who's extremely friendly. He's real friendly with like kids. Shut the fuck up.
Sorry.
He's real friendly with kids. Like we would play with them all the time. There's pictures of us playing with them. But we had this like cousin, what we called a cousin, who would come over all the time. She knocked on the door one day, and this dog knocked her down these concrete stairs, and we had to send him to a farm. You know, at the time you sent him to a nice big farm.
You know that they actually killed him, right?
Yeah, no, I know that now.
Okay.
We all know that.
Okay.
Well, shortly after, I had my bedroom was stationed right across the hallway from my mom's bedroom, and these old school Chicago buildings have these, 20-foot long hallways that are just creepy as shit. That's loud ass music, man. Anyway, so I'm
creepy.
I'm sleeping. And my door's closed. The room's dark. Middle of the night, the bathroom light's on all the way down at the end of this hallway. And Frankie's over. DOJ's been put down for a couple of weeks. And our dog Lucy's in a cage. We have a dog kennel.
Wait, DOG got
killed.
Euthanized?
Killed.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Alright, so half this place is frowning right now. So Lucy's in a cage and I'm lying there in bed, and the door's shut, and all of a sudden I hear sniffing. I hear like a dog sniffing, and I'm half asleep, so I get up like, oh yeah, let's play with this dog. I realize the door's closed, and I'm like, all right, well there's no dog in here, but I hear sniffing. I'm like, and I'm one of those kids who will, the blanket will protect me. So I add under the blanket, and the sniffing is getting closer, and I feel paws scratching at the foot of my bed, like the blanket. So the blanket starts to go down, and I'm just like grabbing hold of this thing for dear life. I'm like about to rip through it. And then a dog jumps on top of me, or what I think is a dog jumps on top of me, and I can just feel it like breathing, and I'm just sitting there like shivering, and I throw it off me, and I run for the door, swing it open, slam on my mom's door, which is locked, and I'm just like pounding on it like old school horror movie, just like, open the fucking door. There's a dog out here, fucking. This thing's about to fuck me up.
No, in old school horror movies, they never did anything that made that much sense. that would never happen.
I just remember my mom going, the only dog we have is locked up, go back to bed. That's all I remember from that time.
And knowing your mom, it would be like, go back to bed or I'm going to close your feet in the refrigerator and make you fucking stay like that till your toes fall off.
I opened up the kennel and I locked the kennel from the inside and I slept with my dog that night, like in her kennel. And I forgot about it for a couple of years up until we lived on in Skokie.
Wait, you opened the kennel and slept in the kennel?
Yeah, no, I slept with my dog in the kennel, yeah.
With your real dog? Or
no, with my real dog, Lucy. Her name was Lucy.
Where'd the ghost dog go?
After that, I didn't see it. I ran straight from my mom's room to the kennel.
You figured the real dog would be...
That's a good idea.
No,
That's
I just
move.
Yeah.
That's a good move. I'd have felt pretty safe there, too.
So I slept there, and I forgot about
idea.
it for a few years. For a few years, I forgot about it. And then it got... the baby sister was born, and it got really bad between me and my mom. And I'm sleeping in this bunk bed, and I can't sleep. For some reason, I can't sleep. And I'm just tossing and turning, and I open my eyes, and I'm looking out my window, and just this huge black figure that looks like a dog with these just like piercing red eyes staring at me. And I was later diagnosed with schizophrenia, so I don't know if that has anything to do with like mild schizophrenia, but I just remember staring at this thing and it just slowly turned its head and looked at me. And I did the same thing. I threw the blanket over my head and I got ready to run, but it never came in. It just sat there at the window all night.
Yuck.
That's creepy as fuck.
Why do you think that dog would be looking to contact you from the grave? You think it was DOG or?
I don't know if it was DOG, but I've only seen it 3 times, and each time it's further away from me.
What was the third time?
The third time was at my grandparents' house right before high school. I had been doing triples.
Fuck that. What was the second time?
I just told you the second time.
Were you not listening?
You're not listening. I was doing a lot of I was doing a lot of triple C's at the time, and I was just in a real bad place, living out of my grandparents' house.
It's supposed to be comedy, sorry.
Beginning of high school, and they have 2 windows in the rear that come to like an arrow on a corner of the room, right? That leads out to the garage and the alley. So I'm sitting there one night and I'm listening to the radio, and I can't sleep again. It's not about to happen. So I just stand up and I smoked on their porch, which had a door to my room. So I go out to the porch, and the dog's there again. And at first I'm like, oh man, I should go get that fucking dog, because everybody around here has dogs. If someone's dog got out.
It was where? On the porch?
No, it was in the alley.
Okay.
And it was just sitting there. And the weird thing was that the light was on it, but it was a motion light. So the light was on, so that means something had turned it on. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, and I just stare at it for about 30 minutes, and it just walks away down the alley.
I mean, did this dog look like your dead dog?
It's just a silhouette of a dog, man, with these just horribly piercing. It never meant me any harm, I don't think.
Paranormal expert told us about that shit.
It definitely wasn't
like
a real
that.
dog. It was,
No.
All right.
The only reason I know it wasn't.
Remember?
The only reason I know it wasn't a real dog is because when it walked away, there's a path that leads underneath my grandparents' porch, and I was standing there just like I couldn't move. I was like, holy fuck! And this thing started walking towards the porch and underneath the porch, and there's nowhere to go from underneath the porch. Like it ends. It's a brick wall.
We had a paranormal investigator and author on named Robin Strom-Mackey, who had a blog called The Storm out there on the East Coast, who wrote extensively about the black dog phenomenon that a lot of people have come across. But did you ever see the black dog again?
Those are the only 3 times. Like I said, each time it was further away.
That's weird.
Yeah, the first time it was right on top of me. The second time it was at the window probably 10 feet away. Third time it was probably like 40, 50 feet away. But it walked towards me.
And were these in like 3 different houses, or were the first 2 in the same house?
First one was in the house in Andersonville on Gregory. The second one was in Rogers Park off of California. And the third time was in Evanston.
That's a pretty fucking good story. You get the wreath, I think.
Did he
Right,
win?
you don't have to break stuff about it.
I'm so excited.
Do you want the wreath?
I want the wreath.
There's no batteries and there's no cord.
I know, I figured that out.
And it takes like weird batteries too.
First
What, are
prize.
they Russian?
First prize of $100 goes to our fact checker in studio, Andrea,
Yep.
and second prize goes to our guest Lolo.
Love these legitimate competitions.
Yeah.
Is Edgar still there?
Probably.
I'm still here.
Damn, man, you are a hanger-on. You are awesome.
No, Edgar, do you have any ghost stories?
It's a great show, man. Very interesting.
Dude, thank you. You've really made this. You made it a great show. Honestly, this is not too often that we can get a story like this going. That's this kind of interesting and compelling, and that actually leads to a really impressive artist who we come to respect. In a very serious way. And for those of you out there, this is no bullshit. Lolo's shit is really cool, man.
No, it is fresh as hell.
Yeah. We got it. So, how do people find you again? Just to remind people.
You can find me on Facebook under Lolo Popacopolous.
And that's the Greek spelling.
Yeah, that's the Greek cop killer page. Go to there. I do custom toys. I do vinylmations, I do ceramic art, I do illustrations, I do paintings, I do portraits. Anything you guys want to do.
Tell them to go to your Instagram, man. You got most of your shit on there.
Is that just Popacop? It's Popacop on Instagram. Go check me out. A lot of my stuff is on there. I got a publication coming out in December called Friends in Low Places with another artist from Aurora named Rosa Navarez.
Is that the thing I'm helping with?
Robot Hilarious, under that name, he's doing...
I'm doing some advertisements.
Yeah,
some phony advertisements for
some
that
real
for that magazine.
Sexy advertisements.
Yeah. So what you do gallery shit, yes?
I used to, and galleries really fucked me over. I worked with this project that infuses things, and they really fucked me. They fuck over a lot of artists continuously. And they just left a bad taste in my mouth.
Who is this?
Yeah, what did they do? They infuse.
This project that infuses things. It's an infusion project of sorts.
Infusion?
What does that mean?
Oh, God, I don't know. I think it means they infuse...
Like oils and vinegars?
Bad DJing.
Is that their name? Is that their name?
I'm trying to cleverly say fuck the infusion project.
Yeah, that was honestly going.
Oh, okay.
That was totally going over my head for a second.
Yeah. Wow, you know about them too, like.
Not really. The infusion project. I didn't.
That's
know
what they call themselves.
Yeah, I've seen
Can
that.
you believe
but
that bullshit?
I didn't really know who that was.
Yeah, well, fuck them. They left a bad taste in my mouth about gallery and just the whole Chicago art scene.
Well, it's all who knows who, and it's not about talent. Just like anything. I mean, you've been to a fucking anyone in this room has been to their share of hip hop shows, and 99% of them are fucking terrible. 99% of rock shows are terrible. 99% of folk shows are terrible. 90 cents.
90 cents.
Yeah, 90 cents is a horrible amount of money to have. 99% of fucking poetry readings are terrible. It's just art is too political. It's just like anything in culture. It's
like sketchy records.
Well,
it's ridiculous.
And here's the thing: is I became friends with him a long time ago because
blowjob. That's about all it is.
Well, because I became friends with him because he was playing samples of David Cross. There you go. Trick's chair just fell apart.
It does it over and over.
This fucking things collapse.
It's a ghost story.
So I became friends with him because he was playing samples of David Cross, and it was pretty cool. I thought that somebody was doing that, and I slowly realized over time that he had zero talent. And then I tried to just let him kind of be a part of what I was doing because I wanted somebody around to scratch, and he was available, and it was just passable, just middle.
It was passable.
Yeah, passable scratching kind of.
People would just go, eh.
What's the worst thing you could say about him? That's what I want to hear.
He's like a super entitled little kind of rich boy, cunty, passive aggressive, overly fucking confrontational for no reason faggot.
He shouldn't do so much. Good. He shouldn't do so much coke if he's gonna drink.
I just
that
contradicted
much.
myself.
This is the worst thing I have to say about him.
Putting this mofo on blast.
I should clarify that because it was passive aggressive and overly confrontational are kind of opposites. Because what I meant by that is he confronts you in a passive aggressive way all the time.
His name says it all. He's DJ Hegemony,
and he would constantly, when I knew him. All right, he was a big pussy about like hanging out and doing stuff, like he would always pass out. Like you'd be like, you have all these plans to like hang out, and he'd be the one that like passes out after
on
like,
my couch.
Yeah, exactly. And
Hey, that's how we met.
so
He invited her over to my house.
oh yeah,
And then he passed out on my couch.
and that was the deal. Huh?
That's the story.
That's funny. So
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, thank you. In my circle, he affectionately became known as Fat Skirving. That was the nickname for him. But I don't know. That was our friend Caitlin out in New Mexico that started calling him that, and we just thought it was hilarious. He was like just a total piece of shit to me. I put up with
completely.
I put up with a lot of things from him that I just let slide just because I wasn't that comfortable with him to like tell him to go fuck himself. Really, I had only known him for a few months, so like I kind of just like put up with a lot of kind of like things that he said and did, and like he would just anytime any little bit of stress would happen, he'd just become a cunt,
Of course.
and just start like talking to people fucking with too much edge in his voice and stuff. And
as soon as someone becomes more important than him, he tries to flex his little chest.
yeah, and by the way, whatever. Anyways, we had our eventual falling out. It doesn't matter. I just thought he was a cunt, and I didn't want to deal with him. And
too much coke and too much booze. That's it.
yeah, he's a rich kid piece of shit cunt. That's the infusion project out in Chicago. Although the one
That's INFUSION.
but I'm gonna say the one girl Cachet was always fine with me. I mean, we got along.
Oh, she
was
if I have to
cool.
say anything nice about them, yeah.
Yeah, she was cool, and like I actually really liked some of her beats and stuff too.
She is one of the hardest working female DJs in Chicago.
No, yeah, I really liked some of the stuff she put together legitimately. But as far as Hegemony goes, he doesn't make beats. He got like a couple CDs of beats from a friend of his like 10 years ago that he's been using for his set the whole time.
He's the
And
Carlos Mencia of Chicago DJs.
Yeah, and then he takes here's his whole formula. It's like the first 2 months that anyone spends with turntables. Here's what you do: you play beats and you get spoken word records and you find funny words and you scratch over funny words and you're like the devil, the devil, my balls, and you're just like you just do that for like 2 months until you realize what DJing really is and you realize what hip hop really is. He doesn't know what hip hop is. He's a fucking cunty faggot poser.
You just performed half his set.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's the whole thing. Just like
that was really familiar. I
And
was
I-
like, man, that's
right, and I did.
I remember that.
I did it more.
I was at that show.
Here's the
Had
thing.
some hi-hats and some bass, and it's like a time machine.
I did it more rhythmically and without you hearing without him fucking leaving the fader up while he backtracks the record every single fucking time. There you go. Thinking that everyone wants to hear, while he fucking backtracks the record. No, that's cool. Yeah, definitely. It's 1989. Totally. Fucking faggot ass. All right, but no, the real reason I didn't like him is because like I just gave him so many chances as a person and a friend, and he just was such a cunt, and I just it just was shitty.
Yeah, so that left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah,
That's why I don't do gallery shows.
That's that group, Infusion Project. Steer clear. I like calling people out in Chicago. Fucking
Gets the
art.
word out there.
Yeah, fuck them. I think that we should do more of that. Who else do you hate? Who do you hate?
Who, me?
Yeah, what are some shitty hip hop? Remember all the shitty fucking rappers we would be with at like in Berwyn back in the day? Like there'd be like come on, name somebody.
Like who?
I don't want to say it.
I'm not saying shit.
I don't want to say it.
They all know how to
can you
use
start
computers.
this off with I like calling people out and then puss
Well,
out?
they're
You
all
pussed
still-
out.
They're all still around.
You puss- So is everyone.
Well, then
My mom's not dead yet. I don't
Infusion
think.
Project doesn't care, but I don't want to like collaborations get messed up. And shit. Like, I don't know. Shit happens. Like
Who do you hate?
me. Fuck, I hate a lot of people.
Who do you hate the most?
I don't know because I haven't played with any artists that I don't like in a long, long time. I really haven't. Then that's not bullshit. It's because we started a few years ago being really careful about that, you know. But I have a lot of people. I won't say anybody that hate, but I will say that 90% of the people I know haven't returned the olive branch that I've extended. So I will say that. And that, I mean, if you're listening to this, you're probably one of those people. Yeah, honestly. So it's like, I you know, and not actually, I will say not Jimmy Byer. Jimmy Byer is awesome. I will say that. There you go.
I can test.
Just say everybody who you're
because
not
he might.
talking
Well,
about.
he might be listening to this.
I don't think gingers have souls, man.
Yeah. No, but he's.
I don't trust him alone with my cat.
I'm telling you, Jimmy Byer and the Frequencies. That's one of the people that like I'm totally cool with, and we support each other, and it's awesome. But I'm telling you, 95% of fucking people, I just don't feel like they return the fucking the energy that I've given out. You know, so. I will say that I don't like most of my artistic contemporaries. I really don't.
We still got the guy on the phone?
Yeah, Edgar, you still there?
I'm still here, yeah.
Hey.
What do you think about
Hey,
the
am I still
Infusion
seeing you
project?
tomorrow? No, hold up. Am I still seeing you tomorrow?
No, actually, I told you she was going to call you probably in a couple of weeks.
All right,
Unless
that's
you
fine.
want to come out anyway, I'll come get you.
If I can come back Wednesday, I'll come up.
You want to come out Wednesday?
If I can come back Wednesday.
All right,
you
there's
can
like
come
text
back
messages.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna know where you
I want to know.
Yeah, that's possible.
All right, cool. I'll text you about it. I just wanted to get it out the way. All you talking about nonsense.
We should like close with a ghost story as well. Like,
Does
Edgar have a ghost story?
I am going to hang up now. Thank you very much for having me on.
Hang on, Edgar. Do you have a ghost story?
Before you go,
Do I have a ghost story?
Yeah, before you go. Let's end on a ghost story by
I know
you.
you do. Wait, hang on. Are you? What nationality are you?
Mexican.
I'm Mexican.
You have 100 ghost stories.
They really do.
You're born with ghost stories.
Motherfucker, you've got a ghost story. Let's go.
Don't bullshit us.
Yeah, let's go.
Don't do it.
I have one that my mom used to tell me when
All
I
right,
was
let's
a
go.
kid.
Hold on. Wait
That's
for the
good enough.
music. Wait for the music.
go ahead and start.
Go ahead.
No music because I could barely hear him talking when he had the music on earlier.
Told you.
We'll keep it quiet.
Told you.
Well, anyways, it was about the night that they buried my grandmother out in Guatemala City. And she would always tell us about how, like, the night that they buried her, I guess she had whenever she came home from work, she would always go to this one specific window and she would knock 3 times so that my mom would know it was her. Because, you know, Guatemala City, it's pretty bad, you know? And
I know.
she said that the night that they buried my grandmother, everybody was in the living room and they were sitting there, you know, with the wake and whatever, the reception afterwards. I don't know what you call it, but everybody was sitting there, and all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, it was about midnight, which is around the time that my grandmother would come home from work, and right at midnight, 3 times, right on the window, the same window that she would always knock on for my mom to open the door, and everybody just freaked out and jumped up and would run, and they all ran out to the gangway looking for her, thinking she was going to be there, and they think it was just my grandmother saying goodbye.
So that's weird.
That's a good one.
Not very scary. Not very scary, but she told it better. She was a better story.
I thought it was better than Fan Demon.
Fan Demon?
I thought it was better than Fan Demon.
Fan Demon was pretty good. Fan Demon.
His explanation of it was, oh my god, man, it was amazing.
What did it look like? A demon.
It looked like a demon and it blew my mind. Like, I'm sorry.
No, that was better than Fan Demon. Because yeah, you're right. Fan Demon was just like, oh my god, it was crazy. It was like the biggest demon I ever saw. Like, I mean, like,
He broke my heaviest line.
yeah, really. I had 20-pound test on it, and fucking thing just chewed. I don't know if it was his teeth or his fucking his raw strength, but he broke the line. Edgar, thanks for the ghost story.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me on.
Dude, I honestly want to thank you very much for calling in and being so fucking straightforward and honest with everything. That was on a really cool segment you did with us.
I'll definitely be tuning in the future.
All right, man. Thank you very much. We'll have you on again someday, man. We'll do a checkup in a few years. See how you guys are doing. We'll do a checkup in a few years when Lolo's in a biker gang fighting ISIS, and you've become a reformed preacher.
Full circle.
We'll do We'll do the whole thing.
Adios. Adios.
All right, man. Take it
Take
easy.
care.
All right. Well, that couldn't have probably gone much better. I don't think. I mean,
It was pretty good. I like that.
Yeah, I really appreciate you like dissecting your whole life on our show like that.
I get used to talking about it. It's all good.
I feel like we all just kind of went through like a big therapy session, don't you?
Yeah.
What do you feel like? How'd you like the show?
It was good. Your life is fucking crazy.
And
you're young.
I told Michelle when we first got together, like the stories I have about my life are just, they should belong in some kind of twisted fairy tale book.
You should write a book.
No.
Do it under a fake name and list all the Latin
Unless
kings.
someone writes it.
And their crimes.
Unless someone writes it down while I talk, it'll never get done.
You're like Jack London. You know who Jack London is?
No.
Andrea, before we go tonight, let's end on the story of Jack London. Let's do that. Because, Lolo, you know what else I want to give our listeners? What's going on with your, just to wrap things up.
Yeah?
What's going on with your mom now?
She's dating a high school boyfriend of hers that's into cosplay.
What's that? Like dressing up like Nintendo characters,
Yeah.
right?
I think something like that.
Yeah. All right.
She's got a colored streak in her hair.
What color?
It was bubblegum pink last time I saw her. It could be electric blue now. I don't know what part of her midlife crisis she's in.
Oh, is it color coded? I didn't know that.
That has to be.
Yeah.
Orange is when you get really scared.
Really?
Yeah. The orange streak, man, you run for the hills.
I never dyed my hair ever. I'm scared of chemicals. Whatever. What do we got going on here?
I don't know. Keep it up. You guys talk for a second. I've been directing the show for fucking 5 hours.
No, I know. I was. God. I haven't been saying shit. I just been listening.
We're just
so
in
fucking
bonus.
fried. I told you earlier. I drank a whole bunch of 150
No, and
last night.
I got people who can verify all the stuff I'm saying. Like it's all true.
We're just in bonus time right now, so fuck it. Any other stories from your childhood you want to get out there? What other fucked up shit did your mom do? Give us something fucking.
I'm not gonna go too much more into the fucked up shit she did. I'll just go into the interesting stuff. Like yeah, no, it's boring.
Go ahead. What do you
sad
want?
part?
What
do one of y'all talk about? Delve into your childhood.
No, you don't want to hear this fucking childhood.
Who?
That's a whole special we're doing next month. Don't even worry about it.
On whose childhood?
Me.
Yours?
Yeah, we're gonna do a special next month.
What do you got?
I'm not doing anything today.
Come on.
No way. It's time to go home.
Is it
2 a.m.? If it's 2 a.m.
2:30.
No, fuck, man, I gotta go eat.
Dude,
you see how big I am? I'm hungry.
We don't have enough time for
Here's
my
the thing.
shit.
We still have listeners.
I didn't have... Really? How many listeners are out there? Somebody call in.
4.
Ring me, motherfuckers. I will answer your
Yeah.
queries.
If anybody got something to say, 630-599-7827. 630-599-7827. Call us up. Fucking get involved here. We're just gonna do a few bonus minutes. I don't know.
tarot card reading.
Anybody got some weed? I got some
We
weed.
had one listener point out our phone number is also 599-RUBS.
Yes. Whoever that was, you get a print. Tell me what your address is.
Thank you, Chris.
599
The
Rubs.
guy
Our
earlier
listener,
that
Chris.
kept saying "fuck you" is gonna call. Just say "fuck you" and hang up
Yeah.
on us. And you're gonna see the listener drop to nothing.
Somebody call in. I'll give somebody a print if they call in. I'll mail it to you.
Oh, that's yeah. These
I'll
prints are
mail
fucking
you a
cool.
print. You can see my artwork up front.
I don't think anybody's gonna call.
No
They're
one's gonna
assholes.
fucking
They're
call.
How
assholes.
could nobody call in
Everybody
for that?
has
That's
a fucking
fantastic.
cell phone.
Their
I know.
lotions put away.
What do you charge for a print? Anyway,
I charge $15 and $20 for
that's
a print.
$20. You call this guy right now. Say something funny.
Come on now.
Call.
That's good money right there. If you don't like art, then why the fuck are you listening?
You can see it on eBay the next day.
Yeah, $20.
$35. Would you sign it too? No, you wouldn't do that.
No, I'm not gonna
Not for a shit listener.
Not for a shit listener.
Fuck these guys. Just talk mad shit about
Motherfuckers.
you
I'm already giving you a
assholes.
print. I'm already giving you a print, you greedy assholes.
Yeah.
Suck my. I mean. Hang on, I fucked that up.
Suck my. Fellatio in the future.
Wait, I can't believe we still have 4 listeners. We're not going to stop until
Nobody's calling.
No,
though.
and
You guys have to leave.
you
Stop-
have phones. You're listening to this.
Stop listening to the show or call us.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, that's the
This is
deal.
the ultimatum.
You fucking you stop.
Those are
listening
probably
or
the
you
4
fucking
people
call.
I told about this.
Really?
Yeah.
They're
Rosa,
probably-
if you're out there, call.
Yeah, they're sleeping.
Anybody just
Yeah, they just fell asleep with the stream on.
Well, thanks for leaving it
Probably
on.
what happened.
Thanks for leaving it on. These are the good old... Oh,
There he
somebody
fuck
just
him.
left.
There he goes.
Somebody just left.
He-
Fuck you.
That was the challenge.
Ah,
The
it's
fucking-
down to 2.
That's
You
it.
You
piece of
don't get a
shit.
print.
I told you
leave.
it was gonna
Leave, you
You're the
fucking
only one
cocksucker. Leave the show, you fucking faggots.
You're
Turn it off. Turn it off.
We just deliberately drove the only viewers off.
No,
somebody's
this
calling.
is good. Let's see if we can, let's see if we can get
Bring
them
it
all
up.
off.
Bring
Let's
it
see if
up.
we can get them all off.
Bring it up. Here we go.
Somebody's calling.
Get
Who the
out
fuck
of here.
is this?
Somebody's calling. There's one other person who's not calling. Whoever's not calling, fucking hang up. Turn off your shit. You
Yeah, you
piece of
don't get a
shit.
print.
Fuck
You don't
you.
get one.
Fucking faggot. Who's on the phone? Hello.
Hello?
Hello,
Who's
Hello.
this?
Who's this?
this is Chris.
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 He's
I
the
love
one who
you,
gave
man.
us 599 rubs.
Oh, you're the rub man. Rub man.
Yeah, well, I called because the show had quickly devolved.
Oh, quickly.
Quickly devolved. Yeah. Well, it's the end. We're trying to end
Yeah.
it. We don't end this.
Oh, are you? Oh, no. So I don't get a print?
No, you do get a print. Just leave
you
your
still get the
address.
print.
Yeah, you get a print.
Yeah, you can get a print.
You got a ghost story?
I'll even sign for you since you're such a nice guy.
Listen to me. Who's your name again? Chris?
It's Chris
Yeah.
with a K.
Chris with a K?
That doesn't sound
Chris with
right.
a K, that's right.
Let's not get into that. Do you have a ghost story?
Do I have a story?
A ghost story.
I don't have a ghost story.
Yes,
no, I don't believe in
do.
ghosts.
Shut up. Come on. Tell us a ghost story.
That's a good way to end it, the other side.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, ghost stories are interesting. I've been intrigued by some of the ones that I've heard, but I don't believe that they're something that's likely to happen. I also don't believe in souls, so that helps.
You also don't believe in what?
Souls.
What is he saying?
Trolls? Trolls.
Trolls?
Souls.
Like the soul
Like for your
cakes.
shoes?
Oh, like souls.
Like your souls are nimble, but my souls are heavy.
Shoes? Is what he talking about?
He doesn't wear shoes. Yeah, he's real weird.
No, yeah, what?
So
That was a Shakespeare quote.
Like
It's
your
from,
life force.
Romeo and Juliet.
If
Yeah,
there's
wrong crowd.
if there's any way you could leave your email address
well,
off
I
air,
don't know this crowd. I'm sorry. I don't understand markets or whatnot.
I like Romeo and Juliet. You're right on point here.
Well, I don't believe in souls. I think that souls is a general name that we give to emotions and character traits.
Okay.
I agree.
So do you think
Wholeheartedly.
ghosts can only be directly related to souls, though?
Chris has got an open mind.
I don't know. I don't know if I've made the show worse now. Should we
No, go ahead.
go back to saying
Good,
penis?
Rick.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
No, Andrea's going to go ahead with you. Just the two of you guys. Go ahead.
Do you believe in UFOs?
So here's the situation with that. I mean, the universe is so freaking infinite that it's really ignorant of us to say that there's nothing out there. But at the same token, I mean, intelligent life is really, really hard to develop. And when you think about what resistance it takes to pressure and temperature, that it's just really improbable that even we're here. So I guess it's just taking an improbability and multiplying it times infinity. Oh my gosh. But I don't ever believe that there can ever be. I don't know that I believe in contact. I don't think that it's ever happened in our history.
So you think every UFO story is bullshit? Anyone who says they saw.
Okay, so the ones on like Netflix, the ones that are like highly conspiratory, yeah.
What about like everyday Joes who are like, I saw some crazy shit?
And in 1980, this drunken Nordic guy was out in the woods and he saw a blue light. No, I don't believe that that's a real story.
But you think there's something out there?
It could be, yeah, absolutely.
So you probably don't have any of your own UFO spotting stories to tell us, do you?
That's why he doesn't believe
You
in
know,
them.
I do have
because you haven't
crazy
seen them
dreams.
yourself.
He was
I
abducted
have
a long time
dreams
ago.
about, when I lived in my grandmother's house, I dreamt about an alien invasion at her house, and it was it's probably right about the first time that I'd ever watched South Park, too, so whatever design that they had for those aliens, that's sort of what I felt, and maybe Signs, too. That movie always scared me, and I never understood it. And I never understood what the water was for. But anyways,
The water
so I had
killed
crazy,
the
like, alien
aliens.
invasion dreams.
No, Signs it's creeped me out, but it was dummy. The alien looked like the Grinch.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Yeah, he looked like
He
Jim
was like an
Carrey.
inside-out Grinch.
Yeah, he definitely looked like the Grinch.
He had poison wrists. What the fuck was
He
that
had
movie
poison
about?
wrists?
Yeah, I don't know.
Remember, he tried to fucking kill the kid with his
It was
poison
about
wrists?
aliens.
I know M. Night Shyamalan was in it.
Yeah.
I don't think he was in it. Did he
No,
write
he was in it.
No,
He had a
was.
cameo.
He was the preacher. He was M. Night Shyamalan.
That's how I say it too. Something like that, because you can't really say that guy's name properly, can you?
It's like banana. It never
if,
ends.
If I was a director, I'd call myself M. Not Shyamalan.
Okay.
Wait.
All
Is
right.
there any way he can leave his address off?
Yeah, just email it to us.
All right.
No, I'll just.
You'll
hand
get
it
your
to him in
print.
person.
Calm down. Calm yourself.
Yeah, just relax, Chris. You'll
Yeah.
get your fucking artwork.
Yeah, you'll get it.
Chris, do you
All
have
right.
to? Do you really have to be this pushy? You know, like,
Yes. Gosh darn it, I want my friend from Willow.
Yeah, there's a lot of whiskey in them.
we're drunk.
You
Are you
are.
Not
guys
me.
drunk?
Well, we're all really drunk.
I'm not drunk.
Nobody's drunk.
Speak for yourself, music man.
Nah, we're all pretty drunk here. This is who's drunk? Is
Oh,
it
good.
Chris? Are you drunk?
I'm not drunk. I'm not sober, but I'm not drunk.
Chris, who
High
are?
five, Chris.
Hang on, fucking. Let's get into Chris's life for a second. What do you do, Chris?
Do you have a father?
Let me interview Chris. Stop, guys. Hang on, Chris. Where are you from?
Where am I from? I was born in Georgia, and I live in Illinois.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm 20.
You're 20.
Yeah.
Do you live with your parents?
I live with my dad, yeah. Here in Bartlett, USA.
Okay,
Ooh.
wait.
Have you ever been to a Turkish bathhouse?
Did you ever go to Munger Road?
I have. Oh, my God, I saw that movie, and it was terrible. And then I needed to move in with my dad for when I went to college. And I actually live like 6-7 minutes away from it. And I've gone through it. I actually went through it recently. I don't know if everyone knows the story about Munger Road. It's in St. Charles officially. But the premise of the movie, it heavily relies on the fact that they're stranded there at these tracks and that they can't get cell service. It's a 7-minute walk from the train tracks to my house. And it's like a 5-minute, maybe a 15-minute walk to like Shell.
They could have
They had
walked.
perfect service. And the director is like from St. Charles, and I used to work at the movie theater where it premiered at. But no, the story I don't believe, the ghost story, but no, I'm familiar with that. Yeah.
You had a ghost story. It was there.
That was a ghost.
That
story.
was a ghost. You lied to us,
What?
man. We trusted you.
Can I tell the Munger Road ghost story?
Yes.
I'll tell it. I'll tell the legend.
The Legend of Munger Road.
All right, let's hear it.
Wonder what
All
that
right, St.
translates
Charles,
to.
Illinois is where we're at. No, I like the music. It should have been louder. I as a listener, I thought it should have been louder.
Well, okay, fuck you.
It sounds different. Trust me. Oh, it sounds different over there. We're in the studio. They thought it was too loud, but it's not. All right, go ahead.
All right, St. Charles, Illinois. The legend is that a school bus filled with children, the bus had stalled over these train tracks that lead to various commercial properties. And when it stalled over the tracks, it had been hit by a train and 20 or so kids had died. As a result of this tragedy, if you take your car and put it into neutral on top of the tracks, there's some variations where it has to be at midnight or something. But the kids will push you off of the tracks. And if you baby powder on your bumper, you can actually see the prints, the tiny little, 40 or so handprints on your bumper. As it pushes you off of the train tracks.
No, it
That's the
doesn't.
story, I guess. Yeah, I mean, that's it. So, but the movie is during the Scarecrow Festival, which was actually like October 17th or something. I really wanted to go, but I had to work. The premise is that these 4 kids, they escape from the festival and they get all potted up and they travel all around to finally get to Munger Road and they do the legend themselves. And their car ends up dying, and there's this killer.
Wait, what did you say? They
There's
get all...
supposed to be a sequel coming out.
Hang on, they get all whatted up?
They get all potted up or whatever.
Potted.
Potted up. Oh my God, that's
Office,
awesome.
David Wallace. they actually play David Wallace in the movie too.
Mark this down. This is
The common day word is stone.
Hang on. Where did you ever hear someone say potted up before?
Potted up.
Have you heard someone else say that?
Excuse, what did he say?
Potted up. You get potted
Potted
up?
up.
Like
I
high?
don't know.
Yeah, you get all potted up.
I'm quite potted up
I'm
right now.
a connoisseur of idioms. So, have you ever heard anyone say "by the by"?
Yeah, no, I've heard that. That's a
it's
normal
by
saying.
The way. Like,
that's-
no, I meant to say "by the by."
No, that's a
You
normal
know,
thing.
you
No, that's
just
a
get
normal
all
thing.
potted up and make something up.
Saying potted up. Have you ever smoked pot? No.
Myself?
No, you haven't, because you said potted up.
That makes it sound like
What
you
are
have a collection
asking,
of pots.
Like ever, or in the past 7 minutes?
So do you smoke?
Can I ask you a question? Would I be listening to this internet stream show
At 3 a.m.
2:30 a.m.? So if I made good life decisions, if I
All
were
right. So
a
potted up.
functioning transitional adult.
So you're somewhere potted up right
So
now.
potted up. You're potted up right now, and that was an ironic thing, and we fell for it. That sucks.
That was really funny. I'm
Yeah,
added
that
to my
was-
repertoire.
That was funny. All right. So you're potted up
so
yourself
you're
then.
gonna think I was like a square or something? Like a
I-
roof?
Oh my God.
Well, hang on. The last guest that we had in studio, said something about how people would come to improv class reeking of kush.
Kush. Yeah, he called it kush.
She called it kush. So we don't know, man.
And then I laughed at him until he felt uncomfortable slightly.
You know, there are so many street names that it's just so silly to try to even keep up with it.
Yeah,
Street
man.
names.
I know you got street
Street
names.
names.
You got street names like grass.
Dolo or whatever.
You know what they call it
I
on
have
the
a friend who
streets?
says that. He'll say down with the Dolo or
Because
whatever.
I'm from the streets.
You
and-
saying my name? What are you saying?
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah,
I don't
down
know what
with
to say.
Lolo.
Are you talking to me? Do you want to have a
Listen,
conversation?
dude. I'm from the streets, and what we call it is grass.
Yeah, everybody calls it grass.
Devil's lettuce. Get on the train. Devil's lettuce.
It's called grass. That's in the fucking in the barrio.
It's in the
You know what I'm
Bible.
saying? In the
That's what they call it in the Bible.
no, I said in the barrio.
Well, I said
Bible
in the
is funnier.
Well, anyways, what else did you want to say? You can have the floor for 9 minutes. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. Hope this goes good.
Your show starts at 2:40. I don't need the floor. I just thought I'd take my credit for rubs.
Thanks for showing interest, man.
You're very welcome. It was because I didn't think it was stashed like a mustache, and I haven't been listening that long
See?
consecutively. I've been in and out, but I didn't think it was 63059 stashed like a mustache.
Told you
But I
guys.
thought it was something else. I don't remember what I thought it was. So I went and I tried to spell something else, and just the vowels and consonants, they have so many rules to work together, but rubs ended up working out.
You need to make a rubs cutout like thing for the magazine.
Rubs.
I'm not even aware of what magazine you're referring to.
Oh no, yeah, no, that's a side thing. My bad.
He was talking to the
That's an
host.
embarrassing part of my
I have a
behalf, I'm sorry.
self-publication coming out in December. Keep an eye out for it. It's called Friends in Low Places.
Perfect.
He's gonna be making advertisements for him.
All right.
Well, then end the damn show, man. Come on, we're all hungry. I want White Castle.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, shoot.
I want to put the fact checker to work.
All right, let's do it.
All right. I have two geography questions. You can use the internet. One is what's the largest landlocked island? And the other one is, if you head directly due south from Detroit, what's the first country that you'll hit?
Canada. I know if you go south from Detroit, you hit Canada.
All right. Well.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna say goodbye.
Congratulations, fact checker.
Largest landlocked island
is I'm gonna
No,
guess.
no,
Wait,
did I
let
say
me guess.
landlocked island? I meant to say country.
Oh,
Can you help me pack up, love?
there is a largest landlocked island. Weirdly, it
Largest
must be in
landlocked
like a sea
country?
or something.
Well, it's clearly either Australia or wait, no, it's
Australia's not landlocked.
Australia's-
Do you know what landlocked means?
I thought it was the opposite for a second. I'm really drunk. Landlocked country, largest landlocked. Wait,
Yeah.
let me
Do you
guess.
wanna guess?
Stop.
Okay.
Let me guess. Stop. Hang on. Germany.
No, just no. It's Kazakhstan. Well, I guess it depends on your definition of largest. In area, Kazakhstan is the biggest.
Wait, do we take pictures?
I
of all
did by
those?
area, not by people. Yeah, by area.
Yeah, Kazakhstan. And let's see.
How many other people are here in the listening room?
None.
there's
Is it
only
just you two?
there's only 2 of us left. Yeah.
No, but everyone left. The show's over. This is horrible. What did I say? Germany?
You said Germany. Yeah, is Germany even landlocked?
It's
I think
actually the Chinese built it to keep them out because they share such a large border. It's Mongolia.
No, Kazakhstan is over 1 million square kilometers larger than Mongolia.
But
Did you
in
guys
area,
get here when I was gone?
Yeah, you were gone for like 2 minutes.
What the hell are you guys talking? The size of Mongolia versus Kazakhstan?
So how is Germany even landlocked?
Let's find out.
No. Oh yeah, maybe it is.
I think it is.
Yeah, you're right.
Did you get pictures of everything?
Michelle got pictures of us doing the show, but she didn't get a picture of everything.
Is this the print for our
Leave
guests?
it there so we could get pictures of it.
Germany is not landlocked.
It's not.
Just-
What's
No.
what's
We're
its
gonna stop
border?
in 1 second.
It says it has direct access to the sea.
What's sea? Does it say what body of water?
Is this show over?
Yeah. Well, what's the guest got to say?
Did we get rid of him yet?
No, he's still online.
Fuck you, listener. Fuck you. Call me personally, and I will beat you. I will beat you so bad.
Except also we're going to give you a print.
Yeah, that will give you a print. It will give you a print after beating you so bad.
Germany
hang on.
borders both the Baltic
In
and
Germany.
the North Seas.
Kazakhstan's not landlocked. It has direct access to a sea.
Are you guys
No,
having a
Germany
Google war
does.
here?
Kazakhstan,
Germany is tiny compared to Mongolia or Kazakhstan.
yeah, but it's also not landlocked. Oh my God, you're right. There is a body of water next to
Germany
this.
Germany was kind of a good guess though. Come on, what the fuck? Germany's landlocked, isn't it?
No, it's connected to 2 seas, the Baltic and the North Sea.
Fuck, I'm retarded.
Yeah, you know what, Chris?
What
I'm
about
looking at the map
Poland?
right now. They must not have counted the sea as water for some reason, but Mongolia is the biggest one. I was wrong. Fact checked.
Wow. So Mongolia is the biggest landlocked country.
Yeah, with no access to water whatsoever. Kazakhstan has a sea that's not connected to any ocean, is what's happening.
Correct.
But it is connected to a sea.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Did I successfully kill some time?
Yeah, that was great.
We don't need to kill any time.
All right.
We should have been done a long
Oh,
time
okay.
ago.
I don't. Well, from what I understand, like my impression is that the show ended 6 minutes ago, and we're just hanging out talking on the phone. Because is that what happened? Because that's the kind of feel I'm getting.
Yeah, everybody in the studio was just making noises into the
Yep,
mic.
that's how
Lolo's
it
not
goes.
even wearing his headphones
No.
anymore. He doesn't
No,
even talk.
I don't care what this sounds like. No clue. Look at your print, though. You're awesome. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, thank you for calling.
He said you're an asshole.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, you all have a safe night and get home safely.
Go to back to your home of pots.
Yeah, go get potted up
Go
for
back to your
us.
pot collection.
Yeah, go get potted up with your weed hemp.
No, I
Get
have,
out of
I
here.
have to sleep. I have to sleep.
Go
I've got-
smoke your
we got
hemp
sleep
rope.
to catch
Go
up
take a
on.
bong toke.
Yeah, man. Maybe if you could make it out of your marijuana haze, you wouldn't be a marijuana bee, and you'd be a marijuana do.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
So do we still have one listener who's getting
No,
a
that's
beat down? Who wanted
She's
to beat
for your son.
Anyways, thank you for calling in. We appreciate it, man.
Yeah, have a good night, guys.
All right, dude.
Be safe.
Eat a
Take
dick.
care.
All right, bye.
So, are we out of here? I want to thank Lolo Popacopolous for spilling his fucking guts and his whole life story. That's probably the best interview we've had on this
Fuck
show.
yeah.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed
Yeah?
it. Thanks for having me over. I hope I can do it again.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on, dude. Thank you to all of our listeners and everybody who kind of helped us along tonight. That was a great show. We appreciate it. Our small fan base keeps growing across this and many other countries. The Sunday Evening Overdose. We will return next week. Thank you very much for checking us out, and goodbye.